Give me a second. Okay. So, this is going to be. Okay, also, I don't know if I mentioned this to you. I know I just spoke with. I'm sorry, it's gonna take me a minute. I just spoke with Greedy about it. It's the fact that this. I'm planning on using this both for my school project as well as for tomorrow's YouTube thing. I just want to save time by getting multiple things done at the same time. We will be playing a game of D&D. This is a one shot, which is not my specialty, and it's a combat encounter based one shot, which is especially not my specialty. But we'll see how that goes. I do think that D&D works best as a collaborative storytelling, as you had mentioned before I started the recording. So any flavor you guys want to add will always be appreciated. Anything you guys want to say before we got started?
Nothing I explicitly want to comment on. I do have a question though. Do you want us to introduce characters organically in game, or would you prefer us to introduce characters outside of game before we begin? Whatever.
Personally, I think this would work best if you guys kind of gave an introduction to your character before we started gameplay, saying who you are, the kind of general story around them, and then we can work out why they're here. And I'll describe where here is after you guys kind of give the initial introductions to your characters. You guys can also introduce yourselves if you want.
Very well. Sorry. Allow me to introduce myself before I go mute for just a few seconds. My name is William. I'm a huge fan of TTRPGs in general. I've been playing since I was about 10 years old. Yeah, I'm glad to help out my friend with his project. Tonight should be a fun session. I'm very excited. I gotta go mute real quick, but
Okay.
Should I
introduce
my,
himself.
like, oh, okay, I'll just introduce myself.
If you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to.
My name's Benjamin. I've been playing D&D for like what 5 years now. I don't know. It's not been too long. It's not been super long, but and it's been off and on. But I also like RPGs and things like that, and I'm also very happy to help my friend with his school project.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a pretty good place to start. My brain is always dumb, so I a part of me always wants to go like, I could spice up the thing by giving you guys a magic item each. But the point of this one shot that I've written is it was specifically designed to test players' ability to think on the spot and deal with very unfavorable odds. So I do want to give you guys that forewarning of this is not going to be a fair scenario. Either you guys are going to get wrecked or you're going to be smart.
That's my favorite kind of scenarios in TTRPGs.
One of the two of you have actually already dealt with this exact scenario when I was being a DM, and it actually surprised me with how effective they were in navigating the scenario. So I'm excited to see if, first of all, if you even remember that, but also to see if you're able to handle it again with a completely different character with a theoretically completely different setup.
Theoretically,
hypothetically, hippopotamically,
I love
photosynthetically,
hippopotamuses.
yeah, all the things.
All right. So I guess we could start with our characters then, yeah?
Okay, I'll start. I am God. I control everything and everyone at all times, forever and always.
Praise be to God.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Today, I am going to I'm going to be playing Meldar Marigold. He is a wood elf fighter. I was originally going to play a monk, but the file for the character sheets on the software I'm using corrupted, so I had to create a character last minute. So
That's always fun.
I didn't really come up with the backstory for him, but the basis of what you need to know about him is that he's an elf and he's a noble. A noble who lived amongst humans all of his life, so he wasn't raised amongst elves, and that gives him a peculiar look on life, because he's definitely outlived some people who have been close to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably also, as a noble, managed to gather quite a bit of wealth just from being rich.
That as well. I gathered you said before we began this that we are traveling by a wagon caravan somewhere else, yes?
Yeah, we will be entering this encounter as a group traveling by wagon.
Okay, so in one form or another,
too, but you know.
in one form or another, I am traveling across whatever land we find ourselves in to do really whatever I please. I mean, I'm a noble. I have money.
So you're a
I
noble
will say
traveling
that-
because they have money to burn, and
Yes.
Just-
Right, I'm simply just here to faff around.
that's fun. I do
will,
like that.
I will say, if you've lived over 200 years and you're not rich, you're doing something wrong.
Mhm.
So I mean,
Yeah, you
that's
just gotta get
vampire
on that
rules.
grind set, man. You're already 200 and you don't have a car? My god.
It's either
That's
that or
how-
you read. It's either that or you read one too many philosophy books throughout your 200-year lifespan.
Yeah, Buddha rules. Yeah, that's right. I get you. You got vampire rules where you're either a noble by the end of it or you're done. And you decide to walk in the day, or Buddha rules where you just, you know what? I don't need food or water. I'll attain inner peace somewhere.
I'll sustain myself on sunlight.
But yeah,
New universe or something.
Meldar Marigold's personality will be improvisation throughout, because like I said a few minutes ago, my previous character was rendered null after the file corrupted, so should be fun.
Yeah.
I love improvisation. It's my favorite part about D&D, or any TTRPG
It's
for
also
that.
really fun because I can already imagine how I would play a character with that prompt, but I'm excited to see how you do it.
Yeah, I particularly love nobles in my own world. I love hamming them up to certain degrees, or I just love embodying their personalities in a variety of different ways, whether they're boisterous or shy or what. There's a lot of different ways you could play a noble. There's so many different dynamics you can have. Like I said, they can be very energetic and boisterous and confident about themselves, or they could be rather reserved and quiet and more methodical. There's a whole variety, you know. They from either end of the spectrum. You can do a whole crazy lot of things with nobles, and because of their particular backgrounds, there's a lot of interesting scenarios you could put your character in involving their backstories that, you know, isn't open to other types of characters who don't come from such a background.
They also have a neat feature where you can have goons.
Yeah.
The optional feature of having goons be with you. And not goons like fighting, but goons like carry my stuff for me.
Yeah, you can have serfs or squires, whatever you prefer to call them.
You know, serfs,
Depending-
or you can have sands.
Depending on
Serfs.
what type of noble you're playing, but most likely it'd be a serf. unless you're playing a knight.
They can leave you if you bully them too much. I think that's one of the caveats of them. But other than that, it's nice that that's a cool idea that you can have like these helpers essentially. And I've had a whole character ideas built with that in mind. That's not my but today, should I start with my character introduction now?
Well, I think that we just covered all the characters that matter. Let's get into it. I'm kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, I also, this is I don't know, not last minute. I was told yesterday, or I was offered yesterday at like 4, that would, like, they was like, hey, you want to play in a session? And I was like, yes, absolutely. When? And it was going to be at 8, but apparently got delayed a day. So I was like, I had an extra 24 hours to make my character better.
And you spent that time doing nothing.
Yeah, pretty much nothing. But so I'm taking advantage of the custom lineage. I should let you know that. But my character's name is Gilbert. He's not exactly sure what he is, but he was born in a lake, and he was born in a lake. He was abandoned at birth, which isn't really difficult when you're basically a tadpole. And after being awoken, Gilbert was raised in the depths of a dark lake and became the unknowing warlock of his patrons, the Deep Ones, and their patron, Dagon. And he was given a tome by the Deep Ones, and he believes himself to be a druid because of this.
I'm gonna go ahead and show the image you sent to the recording, so that the video shows off the model you made for Gilbert.
So he is a warlock. I know, not original, but that's what I've decided to go with to survive. His background is he is a fisher, so he likes fishing, or he's a fisherman. That's like the given, but he lives in a lake. His personality is very, what's the word? He's the glass half full kind of guy, you know. He's optimistic about everything, and he likes to talk like this, eh? So we're going to be doing our best to survive.
Because I didn't have time to come up with any rendering of my character's appearance, let me just describe it for a moment. So I imagine Meldar. He's an elf, so he's a tall man, maybe 6 feet tall at least, maybe stretching to 6'3" or more, a little bit more than that, possibly. Doesn't quite matter. He wears simple, noble clothing that's an olive green color with gold trimming at its edges of the tunic and such. And over that, he, when he feels it necessary, he wears leather armor, which is decorated with, over top of the ships, it's decorated with sewn-in patches of red cloth depicting little cartoon-like shapes of silhouettes of sheep, with red cloth. And he takes very close care of this armor. You see it is quite worn, as it has nicks and scratches and stains in some places on it. But overall, despite its unquestionably long existence, it has been taken well care of by Meldar. And other than that, he looks like pretty much any other elf. To a human who hasn't seen very many elves in their lives, he could be confused as any other elf. But he has a slender face with long, straight brown hair that he does up into braids or a Ronin-type bun when it tends to hassle him. other than that. He usually keeps it down though for comfortability reasons.
So it's I'll give a brief description of my character because it's a little bit Hero Forge can only do so much.
Right.
So Gilbert is he's actually quite short. It's hard to see in the picture, but he's actually only 3 foot tall. He doesn't wear shoes, as his feet are probably the most grotesque portion of him. Although he does have other features that make him just more grotesque than he should be. Spots
other
of just
feet years?
features.
Feet? He has other feet years?
No.
Oh,
Please
okay.
please don't break my thought. Oh no,
I'm
it's all
sorry.
gone.
I'm a terrible person. I don't mean.
Here, his feet are older than the rest of him.
So so one thing you'll notice about Gilbert is that he's almost perpetually wet. Almost like he's always just gotten out of a body of water. The clothing he wears it almost haphazardly, like the clothes he's wearing right now, his travel clothes, are what he wears to make himself look good. Because in his mind, he looks really good, even though none of it's really his size.
He's just going through puberty.
He
thinks really highly of himself. He's always wet. I mean, yeah.
Body dysmorphia, but in the positive direction.
He's well. One thing you'll notice about his clothing, even though it looks new, it's like wet, but the yellow isn't actually the color. That's actually just algae that's been growing on him. And when he's out of water, it turns yellow instead of being green. So it's kind of dried a bit and is crusted around his clothing. His staff is made of some sort of driftwood that he found, and wrapped with, pretty blue stones he found by the rivers as he walked. The only other weapon he seems to have on him is a knife at his hip, but on his back, instead of having like a backpack or something like that, he actually carries a barrel because he doesn't know what backpacks are. He just thought barrels work better, and he's always had a barrel, so that's what he uses to carry his stuff. And he has this uncanny feel to him as you stare at him. He's clearly mutated, but you're not sure how or why. Even he is not entirely sure why. He's never met his parents. And you will notice that he always seems to be happy, and we'll get into that when we start role playing and stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
I have one more question about the setup of the game. You said we're traveling in a wagon. Have we hired this wagon to take us somewhere, or are we a part of a caravan with our own separate vehicles? What exactly is the situation?
I'll kind of let you guys decide. I think that
I'm okay with either or. I think it's
specifically
up to DM
you guys are traveling. I'll say you left the city to Toria, and you're a few days in, so you've gotten to talk to each other a little bit. At this current moment, you are. So when I say at the base of a cliff, I mean at the bottom. Not like you could look over the cliff. It's like a sheer cliff wall on one side of the road, and the other side is somewhat heavily wooded, and you're on a road going kind of between these woods and this cliff wall.
So we're kind of walking up against a plateau, sort of?
Yeah, to your right is a plateau, to your left is just trees.
I see.
So we're part of a caravan. Are we in a wagon, or are we walking? That's
what I was trying to determine. Have we hired
You guys can be walking if you want, but if you want, you can also just be in a wagon.
Is the wagon closed top, or is it open?
It'll be open top.
I like the idea of Meldar having hired a wagon to take him all the way across the country or whatever.
You're on a road trip. You're discovering yourself.
I like that. Yeah, no, it's been a long time since I've traveled. I've been stuck in one place for too long.
Yeah, a whole week.
Gilbert would try to introduce himself to you while you're in the wagon and see if he can get inside just by being friendly.
How long we have been a part of this caravan together by now?
I'll say maybe like you've been traveling for a little while. You maybe even been to a couple towns already. So it's been enough time for you guys to get to know each other.
So
what was your character's name again? I'm sorry, I have to.
Meldar Marigold. What was your character's? I forgot it as well. I apologize.
That's fine. Gil, but I'll type it in. Gilbert.
Gilbert, right? Yes, I'll type mine in as well.
You said Meldar.
I'll type it in right now.
Let's change that.
Oh, perfect. Marigold. Okay. Thank you.
So, I'd say, like, what do you say? Like, maybe like a week or so at least. By now, he would have introduced himself.
Yeah, let's say a week.
Just to set up the basis, Meldar, by now, after having traveled with you a little bit, he would have introduced himself, told you basics about his life. He wouldn't have gone into detail because as he's grown older, he's learned to not quickly approach people who are not as specially fated with long life as he is. So he's just.
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, you're okay. So he's been somewhat distant as he is with most people. He rarely opens up these days, which is something he's talked about, but he doesn't elaborate as to why he doesn't open up. But he actively mentions that he is not a very talkative person. That being said, that's really the majority of what you would know about him. Other than that, and the basics that he's a noble and such. But he would be cordial with you. Despite being a noble, if you don't hold such a rank, he doesn't treat anybody explicitly horrible, but you see he does seem to hold himself somewhat separate from everybody else, but that doesn't really seem to necessarily be an aspect of his nobility, more so his character, if that makes sense.
All right. Yeah. So Gilbert would have told you his entire life story, and the fact that he is only about 7 years old, even though he looks like he's much older. He seemed to grow fast. He would have told you his favorite color. He would have told you his favorite food. His color being a very particular blue-green. That's actually just one shade darker than his actual hair. He would have told you pretty much everything he ever knew and learned in his entire life, which is not much, considering he lived on a lake and fished. And that's the majority of his life.
I will say, you said he told us his favorite food, but you didn't tell us what that favorite food is.
Oh,
yeah,
fish.
I am curious. Fish? What kind of fish?
Fish. There's more kinds of fish? That's what he would say. Wait, there's more kinds of fish, eh? I mean, there's big ones, small ones, and they're really shit, but they're all fish, right?
Fair enough, my friend. Fish is good.
My favorite part of the fish is the fish part, where it has the meat. I don't like the bone bit, but I like using them to pick my teeth. They're very nice.
I see.
Sometimes I can use them to make daggers. I don't know why. They're good for stabbing. Get more fish.
I'm quite partial to a nice fillet. I've never been a fan of whole fish.
I like being filled too. It's not good to be empty.
Meldar smiles and chuckles as he nods his head. He would find you charming, but whether you pick up on this or not, however you interpret it, he is openly just a little disgusted in your general appearance, particularly in the fact that you are constantly wet.
In fact, every time I move, you can even hear the kind of noise. Just a swish.
In instances where you're particularly energetic and buoyant in movement, he would cringe at the sound of it, most definitely. But other than that, he does, as I said earlier, treat you cordially.
Quick question for Gil.
Yes.
Do you smell like fish?
He actually just smells wet. He when he eats, he smells like fish. But not otherwise he's relatively like, it's almost like he
Okay,
I mean-
did feel it was important to specify, because if you smelled like old fish, I feel like you probably would have been given a bit wider of a berth in this particular caravan.
the wetness on his skin doesn't come from him. That should be clarified.
Okay.
He is wet, but he is wet because something is making him wet. His he is just this constant layer of water. Kind of always just seems. Oh,
Sorry about that.
it's okay. His constant layer of water just seems to just be on him, and that's why he's kind of gets everything wet. But he himself is not he's not slimy in a sense of like you would think of fish. He's just wet.
Mildar probably wouldn't necessarily notice that. He'd probably just assume it to be a part of your natural biology, considering your other features and such. But in any case, his reaction doesn't change. But considering that we've set up like the basis for the past times we've been traveling, in the present time,
I would clarify that I try and find out what the weather is once a day.
Lovely
with
traveling
Druidcraft.
weather, where
with Druidcraft specifically.
Druidcraft. Okay, let me pull up my spells
Yeah, no problem.
sheet.
Sheet is the word.
You
I
can
can describe
create
it
one of the
like-
following effects. Create a tiny harmless sensory effect that will predict the weather will be at your location for the next 24 hours.
Yep, that's what I do. I was going to
Okay.
say I could describe it if you would like.
Okay, it's a golden orb with it before you manifest a golden orb that has small smoky almost cloud-like billows around it to hint that it won't be too hot, but it will be a mostly sunny day, great for traveling.
I see.
Yeah.
So it's a golden orb for clear sky. Okay, yeah. All right.
Would you do this?
A nice cleary day.
I was about to ask out of character, would you do this inside of the party? But considering you just said that, I would respond. I would nod and smile, and I'll say, with a cheery grin, "It does seem that the gods seem to smile upon us this day. I look forward to it. So far, the travel has been quite cheerful. I've enjoyed basking in the warmth."
I don't know where you're getting your baskets, but I agree with you. It's a pleasant day.
Mm-hmm.
I would turn to the driver and I'll ask him, "So how far till we reach our destination, Sir Carriageman?"
Okay. He'll look over his shoulder. Say, let me check. As he starts digging through a little bag beside him, eventually he pulls out a rather large map, kind of comically large. Considering he has since you're planning on traveling around around the land. He got basically a map of the whole continent, and he just like spends a solid 10-15 minutes locating where you guys are, where you're going, before he says, it should only be like another couple days. Then we can rest at the lovely city of Brighthelm for a few nights and continue on our journey. It's a lovely city full of great sights. There's many tourist attractions there. I sure hope my lord will be pleased.
Oh, of course. I've been to Righthelm, in fact. It's been many a year, but I am excited to see it. In fact, it's been so long since I've left my home city that I've almost forgotten what the rest of the country looks like. It's been quite an isolated life for me, but so far what I've seen of the new days I've enjoyed.
One day you gotta show me how you read that language.
What language do you speak of, my
I
son?
don't want he's reading on that piece of paper.
Out of character, which paper are you referring to? The map?
He's talking about the map.
The Lord Meldar, he's a little confused for a second, then he looks at the map and he says, well, this is, out of character, it's the common language, correct?
Sorry.
You gonna say something about it?
Or is the map
Yeah,
notated in the common language, or is it just a map that's drawn?
Gilbert points out and says, "No, I can read those words. I mean all the other words that somehow put it all together and make you tell you where the places are.
Ah, I see.
All these weird lines must be letters, right?
No, those are not letters. It's a little more complicated than that. You see, these lines designate different sectors of land, and judging off of the landmarks a captain can see, and as well as the position they find themselves with their compass, they can estimate to a certain degree of success where they are, and using this map allows them to more accurately estimate which sectors they find themselves in. And
I get it. It's some magical item stuff, right? I'm not good at Arcana.
Something like that, yes.
Certainly,
It goes.
I'm not good at using magic items.
as you guys are talking, suddenly you're gonna hear a bunch of thunks, and let me finish getting these numbers. Okay.
Are we traveling with anybody else, or is it just us?
It's going to be two of you and the driver, I guess. There might be some other people, but they're all really just there to like carry your extra stuff.
I see. So, do I have serfs with me? I didn't. Yeah, I left that up to DM discretion. I don't.
I will say, yeah, you have serfs carrying just like your, as a noble, you can't leave home without your personal goods.
Okay. Mildar would be the type of person to pick up a wandering traveler like Gil.
Okay. Now
He
let
hopes
me.
so. He has no idea where he is. I should clarify, Gil is here because he lost his lake and he doesn't know where it is.
That's fine.
That's his whole thing. He doesn't care about the town or anything. He's just with you because he thinks you might help him find his lake, or maybe he'll find it on the way. He doesn't know how. He thinks the land is about a week's walk from one side to the other.
Well,
So he
this,
doesn't, or
this
2 weeks.
has
He thinks he's near
blown
the edge
his
of the
mind,
world.
I would say.
He thinks he's near the edge of the world at this point. He actually doesn't know how big the world is. He doesn't know
Well,
how many
so
people-
as you guys were having this very pleasant conversation, the driver having a big old smile on his face, you hear a war horn being blown, and a few moments later, 4 arrows thunk into the front of the cart, and 1 arrow goes straight through the driver's head, and he dies in front of you, buttily. traumatizingly.
Meldar gasps as he sees this before his eyes, and instantly he lunges down into the back of the carriage he was sitting in to reach for his sheath greatsword, and he yanks it from the sheath.
Okay. Yeah, looking forward, you guys will see that about 600 feet away, there are a group of 10 men, 5 of which have longbows and are firing at you.
I
So,
turn.
to quickly save time, that was going to be the only surprise round, and we're going to basically just have it be players will go, and then the enemies will go. Just kind of skip past the initiative.
Absolutely.
Which one of us?
That always works. Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
So Gil, or excuse me, I misspoke. Meldar turns to Gil, and he shouts. He shouts while gesturing at the hill with his sword in one hand and pointing, or excuse me, he shouts gesturing off the side of the road with his sword in one hand, pointing to the incoming attackers. And he looks Gil in the eye, and he says, he yells, "Marauders, grab your weapon and get ready for a fight, my friend." And
okay.
As he does that, I'm going to use my movement to clamber into the front of the carriage, and I'm going to push aside the carriage driver's corpse, either enough to pilot it, or if I have to, I'll push it off the carriage to get out of there. And I'm going to start trying to get the horses to, pick up their pace.
Gonna try and charge at the bowmen with the horses?
No, I'm going to continue down the road for a short distance.
Wait, so
are the men at the end of the road coming towards us?
No, they are stationary.
No, I mean, are they at the end of the road? But are they in front of us?
That is a good front of you, in the direction you guys were traveling.
Okay, so they're positioned in front of us? Okay, I was under the impression they were positioned to the side of us.
Nope.
Is there how many?
A total of 10 men, and only 5 of them have bows.
I'm just noting.
Are any of them on top of vehicles?
They are not. 5 of them are standing. Those have bows. The other 5, it is like 600 feet away, so it's kind of hard to see. But they're either shorter than the 5 shooting at you, or they're kneeling.
Okay, so instead of clambering forth into the front, can I actually try and... So I want to stay in the back of the wagon, but right up against the front where the bench is. I want to lean over the bench and kind of slap the ass of one of the horses with the flat end of my sword to try and get it to start charging forward, and hopefully we can get it to charge into the the people down the road.
Okay, so a horse's movement, let's say they're draft horses, and which means their speed is normally 40 feet. Technically, they'll be taking the sprint action, so that'd be 80 feet. The horses will charge a total of 80 feet.
Do you need me to roll something?
No, I'm gonna say you can slap the horse's ass, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna get one running, and since they're both attached to the same vehicle, the other one will be running with them.
Okay.
That's kind of just how horses do. You're now 80 feet closer, and I'm going to say that if you're kind of like hiding in the wagon, and I'll say you can get like partial cover from being in the wagon.
Okay, awesome. That's +2 cover, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
I think that's
Can
it
you
for
guys
me.
give me your ACs?
I think you have
Yeah.
mine.
My
Um,
AC is 16.
Okay.
Mine's 13. If you need it, but I think I gave you a copy of the character sheet. So you should have it.
Okay, so
The only change I made to that character sheet is that he's 7 years old and not 23.
okay.
Changed it for fun.
16 AC, 28 HP, 35 foot walking speed, and I'm a wood elf fighter. My archetype is champion.
I am a warlock. I am a fathomless warlock
I can't fathom it.
of the tome. My armor class is 13. My hit points are 24.
Okay.
Champion at 3rd level just means that I crit on 19s and 20s.
Oh.
So, Gilbert, your companion just slapped a horse's ass, and suddenly the wagon is going a lot faster as you kind of fall back into the wagon. It's now your
Okay.
turn.
All right. Wow, there's not much I can really do. We're still too far away.
Do you have any ranged weapons? Just to ready, perhaps?
That is true, because if you can ready your action, you can actually just use a reaction to attack before your next turn.
That's true.
Yeah. The
As
problem
long
is
as we
that
hit
I have
for-
nothing. My ranged is 120, so they're really far away.
Yeah. I
They're
will also
500
note,
feet.
at this range, they do have disadvantage. So it's not just like, oh, you're fucked. But, yeah. It is a difficult
they're
situation
pretty bad.
if you can't improve your cover somehow, or you can't somehow block line of sight or anything like that.
You know, it's a little fucked up considering I don't have any ranged weapons. I don't know if you do.
I did not. I kind of went with the. Yeah.
Based off of my passive perception, can I notice any, like, trails or something we could veer off, or other passages, or maybe not even, like, beaten paths, but, like...
Will the first immediately obvious option... wait, what's your passive?
My passive is 13.
Okay, so the first immediately obvious option is to turn right and crash into the wall. The second option would be to go through the woods, which would be better cover, but I don't think the horses can pull a wagon through these, like, relatively heavily wooded area. Like, this is a road that was cleared out specifically for travel.
How tall is the cliffside?
Cliffside is pretty much just adjacent to the road.
Okay.
Well, how tall is it?
How tall?
So, like,
it goes
how tall?
up, like, let's say it goes, you don't know for sure, but it's technically, the people are further away than it is tall, but I'll say that's like 100 feet tall.
It's 100. Okay. That's still good to know.
In theory, it probably would have been smarter of them to be up there shooting down at you, then you'd really be fucked. But, you know.
To clarify, the plateau is on the left of us, right? And the forest is on the right?
I had said the other way around.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
I had cliffside on the right.
That was my
on the
fault.
left.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Okay.
I apologize.
All right, so I am going to, for my turn, I am going to. So I'm already on the. I'm already down. Can I just kind of lay down like he is without using an action, or would that count as an action? Since I'm already on my butt.
Technically, I think that just counts as like half your move or something like that. No, yeah, you could just lie down, sure.
To clarify,
Okay.
But you
I
won't be
didn't
able
go-
to see. I'll say, if you want, you can lie down and just rely on your teammates to guide the horses. And then that way you can have full cover. Otherwise, you'll just have... so if you want to be able to see, it would be half cover. If you want to just lie down all the way, I'll give you full cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I wanted to clarify. I didn't go prone. I like crouched down so I could lean up over the bench to see what was oncoming in the road.
So what I do is, actually, you better make sure I can even do that.
Going prone is just half your movement speed.
Yeah, no, I'm going to kind of go next to you, lay down. I'm a small creature, so I can just kind of be really, really close to you and just go, I trust in you, buddy. I think you could do it. And I pat you on the back and I cast guidance.
Smart.
With my action. So I'll use half my movement to just lay in the cart, full cover, and I I give you the guidance, and that's what I say.
Okay, let me
Tell me when we're getting close.
Guidance.
I'll say that. Tell me when we're getting close. Oh, it basically for the next minute, it's concentration, but for the next minute,
I can add a D4 to an attack or ability roll.
No, not an attack.
Only an ability. Yeah.
Just an ability, but that's okay. You're doing it.
I know. Sorry, I misread. That was my fault. You're right. It's just an ability.
Yep. It'd be attack if it was like Bard or something does stuff like that with their inspiration. But nah, this is not as OP. But you got a D4 to your next ability check.
Yeah, no, I just misread. I apologize. Continue. I apologize.
I'm good. I'm done. That was my turn.
Okay.
All right.
You are currently 520 feet away, and now we are going to go through the joy of 5 people trying to shoot at you.
So I assume they have longbows in this case,
That's
correct?
right. The first longbow thunks into the side of the cart. The second longbow thunks into the side of the cart. The third longbow thunks into the side of the cart, and almost was really bad for them.
Whew.
The fourth longbow thunks to the side of the cart. And the final longbow thunks to the side of the cart. Your cart is like... It's gonna look like a porcupine by the end of this.
Are the horses okay?
Yeah, actually. They were aiming for the horses, but all of them rolled, like, really badly.
The sneaky fuckers. Alright.
By the way,
I'll say that you can see that there are banners around them. Banners that you don't recognize from any local lord or ruler of any sort. A deep, dark, bluish background with a gold orb on it.
But by the way, I while the arrows start thunking, I'm humming. As that happened, I can see clearly now the rainbow.
Noldar doesn't say anything, but he looks at you with a look of derangement in his face and concern as he turns back to the oncoming onslaught of death from above.
Mm-hmm. Now, all those arrows did miss, but you can see that the men in front of the longbowmen who were kneeling are now pulling up crossbows and also aiming them at you. They haven't fired, since you're still too far away, but you are charging we're charging towards crossbowmen as well.
Okay. Is it back to us now?
It is now back to you guys.
Alright. I am going to jump into the front of the carriage now. Use my movement to do that. I want to try and steer the horses off into the middle of the forest. I want to take them as far as we can, and as I'm doing so, I'm going to turn back to Gilbert and I'm going to say, if we wish to survive this, we need to ditch the carriage. We need to hightail it through the woods. Do you understand me, little one?
I give him a thumbs up.
Okay, go ahead and roll an animal handling. I'm going to say... I'm not going to tell you what the DC is, but I'm going to write it down.
No worries.
Remember that D4. Or, yeah.
Definitely gonna need that D4.
Alright, you better use it.
Okay, altogether, that's an 11.
An 11?
Yep.
Let me roll a percentile dice.
Oh,
That's
fun.
always fun.
The percentile dice of doom. Percentile dice are the killers of players. The number one killers of players.
You pull on the reins, and the horses turn pretty sharply, a little bit sharper than the cart was meant to go, and you hear the distinct sound of wood snapping. You guys are perfectly fine, but the part of the carriage holding the horses in place break off as the cart starts skidding sideways. The horses run off into the woods.
Oh, shit.
Are we skidding into the woods, or are we skidding... No, not...
You're not skidding into the woods. It is a miracle that the cart has not tumbled over.
Oh, so we're just still going forward.
Yeah, I will say, I'll still give you guys the horse's dash movement of distance to be fair. So that'll be, you are now...
Have we been able to break line of sight with the people down the road at least by veering off into the
well, I think when you attempted to veer it, the horses veered and then it snapped and we just kept going straight.
Yeah. I'll say the cart, you'll maybe it's a little bit more off to the side, but yeah, you're still in the road. You can run into the forest if you want, but yeah.
Man, if
as everything goes wrong, I'm gonna yell with a panicked voice, "This didn't quite go as planned!" And I'm just gonna brace. I don't think I can do anything for the rest of my turn, so...
You still have your other half movement.
That's fair. I'm gonna try and move back into the back of the carriage so I can maybe take less of an impact if the carriage should tumble.
Okay.
Alright, so it's my go?
Yep.
I'm going to use my action to pull him down, so we're both just kind of... Because we still have momentum, right? The cart's still moving?
Yeah, this cart is still moving, and it's gonna very quickly slow down.
How quickly? Like, how many rounds? Can we know that, or...?
I'll say that I will have the amount of distance it travels per round.
Okay. So, if it's... Well, wait, so we're already at...
It should probably stop by next round at the longest.
We're 440 away, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, you're currently 440. So next turn, it'll be 400, 380, then 370, and then I guess it'll stop.
Alright, got it. So, essentially, the axle and, like, bearings of the bottom of the carriage are, like, scraping across the road as we're skidding forward.
I have a question. How far are we from the forest? Like, what's the distance from the carriage?
Not far at all. I would say the line of trees is pretty well defined at like 20 feet from the road.
20 feet. Okay.
How much movement would it take to dismount from the carriage to the side of the road?
Well, if you make a successful athletics check, I'll let you just have that be like you'll
Fair
be
enough.
moving like normal.
Fair
Otherwise,
enough.
if you want to take your time, probably half your movement speed to dismount.
Alright, fair enough.
And even then, I might have you do a dexterity save because it is a still moving wagon,
That makes sense.
but just for
yeah,
this round.
that makes
I'm
sense.
actually okay. So I scratch my chin. I kind of say, I guess things didn't go to plan, did they? And then because I see you walking back, I see you getting back into the back of the cart and such.
I look down
Can
at
I-
you with a concerned face, and I kind of almost shriek in fright. How the hell are you so calm?
Well, I got a big story about that, but I don't think now's the time to tell you about it. So, I want to ask one thing before I continue.
Okay.
Could I target the cart with a spell?
Yes.
This is for later. This is for later.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to use my action to pull him down, if that's okay, to get
Okay.
him full cover.
Very well.
And that's all I can really do right now.
Okay.
That's the only bonus action I don't. I mean, that's the only action I have. I don't have a bonus action, so I'm going to do that and let us ride first. And I'm going to say, I'm going to just use the rest of my action, quote unquote, to basically say, all right. So I got a bit of a plan. I think I can move us a bit closer to the edge of the woods before we have to move out of the cart.
Without time to respond, I just give you a puzzled look. Reading, how the hell are you gonna do that?
Let's wait for the next barrage, and then I'll tell you. And I kind of just go back to humming, as I know the arrows are probably going to start firing, because they probably reloaded by now. I just start humming again.
So that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
As all of this happens, Meldar, I would like to add, has been profusely cursing bandits in a slurry of foul language.
Is any of it in primordial or abyssal?
No, it's all just in common. Some of it is quite vulgar, though.
Is it in noble common or normal common?
Mixture. Mixture
so
of
you know,
insults
I know
and...
I know
it's,
half of what you say.
it's a mixture of insults and verbiage and colloquial terms from both different demographics.
All right.
Okay. Well, at the end, as your turn ends, a little bit of. There's going to be a moment, and instead of the expected thunking of arrows, you hear one of the men shout something to the other men. And since you're both behind the cart, you don't see what's going on.
Alright.
Next round.
Can I try and attempt to make an athletics check to dive out of the carriage and onto the side of the road?
Wait, don't do that yet.
You
Get ready
can
to
if you
dash.
want.
Get ready. Get
I-
ready to dash.
Okay, I look at the little amphibian man curiously, or what Meldar sees as a little amphibian man, and he puzzles his logic. He questions his logic for a moment, but ultimately he sees no other choice but to trust him. So I'm gonna hold my action to dive whenever Gil makes his action, I suppose, since I have to make a specific prerequisite.
Okay. Is that all right?
Sorry, I'm currently making a quick note. Can you repeat that last?
He's
That
holding his action to dash out of the cart
Yeah,
after
he
I
pulled-
do
Yeah,
my
you can
thing.
do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to point me still laying down. I point my staff over to the side towards the forest, but aiming at the cart's wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be so stupid. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
What the fuck are you doing?
Okay, you're gonna Eldritch Blast the side of the cart
Yeah.
that you're currently inside.
Uh-huh.
I'm all for this. Let's go.
Cool. Any creature or target I hit, essentially, with Eldritch Blast gets moved 10 feet in the direction. Can I move the whole cart with us in it 10 feet over?
Yes.
Cool. I just do that, we suddenly get a huge whoomph as we move 10 feet closer to the trees.
The power of the old ones.
And I can push carts.
Go ahead and roll 1d10 damage.
Sure, why not?
We're gonna destroy the cart in the process.
It is is it my Eldritch Blast damage? Just making sure.
Yeah, just your Eldritch Blast damage.
Cool. It's a 5.
It's a 5? Okay. Yeah, you do that and it works, but you do blast a decent chunk of the wall that you're pointing at off. There's now like a hole in this cart. And I'm sorry.
Yeah,
so where were you? Wait, we were trying to make it move in what direction?
Trees.
Towards the trees?
So, to the left.
Yeah, so we just kind of literally just side skidded over 10 feet towards the left. Yeah.
We're trying to use the
I rolled a
propulsion of the
percentile,
Eldritch Blast.
and you're very lucky. Like you can hear the wheels grinding, or like the base of it grinding as it goes sideways. But yeah,
Just drifted.
I'd assume the wheels are gone by this point.
yeah, no, like it's yeah. So yeah, it is. How what's the distance I was moved?
We're now 10 feet closer.
We're at 380 right now. Next turn. So by the time it gets to the bandits, you said it would be at 370, correct?
Yeah, this turn you moved forward. So you just
okay.
the side of the cart. But what was the distance that you moved the cart sideways?
10 feet.
10 feet? Okay, yeah, you're 10 feet closer to the
And now we're only 10 feet away from the forest.
from the forest. Yeah.
So now you can jump out if you want to, and I'm ready to follow you.
After he takes his action, since I held mine, I'm gonna use that to make an athletics check to jump out, or whatever check you.
Well, there's a hole now.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can just run off, but I assume I'm gonna have to make some sort of check so I don't like eat crap in the dirt or something as soon as I dismount from the carriage. You know what I mean?
If you want to have your full move action, considering the fact that you're basically doing it at what, like, it's moving forward and just been blasted, like you're trying to stay stable while and then move. So if you want your full movement, yeah, go ahead and make either an athletics or an acrobatics.
Okay. Let me see here. The same modifier either way, so I'm just gonna go with an athletics. Okay, I got a 16 in total.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you use the momentum of it. It launches you, and you hit the ground running. You're fine.
Can I do the same with my movement?
Yeah.
Cool. I will roll. You said athletics?
Or acrobatics, either works. If you want to have
I'll
the
do
full
acrobatics.
speed, otherwise I'll just cut it in half.
Oh, I forgot to show you my I guess it doesn't matter. I'll check my proficiencies. Nope. It's just +2. Okay, so I'll do acrobatics.
Okay.
And I got a 12.
A 12. Yeah, that'll work. You'll do instead of like landing and keep on running with the momentum, you'll roll out of it, and then kind of scramble to your feet and continue. But you're able to do that. Both are now in the woods. I'll say that as you guys
could I have landed and then like looked like I was about to slip because I'm slippery and just like whoa, and then just kept going?
I'll say yeah, definitely.
just
As you guys
right.
left the protection of the thing, I will note, you guys will have noticed that the bowmen and crossbowmen have actually moved forward and swapped places. It is now the longbowmen in the front who are currently aiming, and it is the crossbowmen in the back standing.
Wait, I'm confused. Wasn't that their orientation before?
The orientation before was crossbowmen in the front, longbowmen in the back. But now
Oh,
it's...
okay.
Yeah.
That actually makes sense, yeah. No, they're doing volleys, so the crossbows are moving as close as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
So, okay.
And will that be the ending? I'm gonna say it was so quick that they didn't have a chance to shoot at you.
I was hoping we'd be able to get into. Yeah, I was hoping that whatever if they had
Yeah, they were not able to shoot at you because you were able to get into the forest.
Neldar's reaction to this would be a mixture of hysterical laughing that borders on maniacal. You can see he's uncertain of his survival just by his demeanor, but he seems to be taking some sort of enjoyment from the rush of the situation. You can tell by the look on his face, Gil.
Awesome. Gilbert just starts kind of like humming again, or he gives it like a little whispered tone. He just goes, "We are running in the woods, in the woods, in the woods. We are running in the woods away from the bandit guys."
So you're just gonna be running, basically just straight away. Not gonna focus on where you're going. Just get away from these guys.
Well, okay. Hold on, intelligence check. Oh wow, we're high. Okay, so what Gil's thing is that we were out in the open like a fish in a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows about fishes and barrels. That's his whole thing. But what he does know is it's really hard to hit fish when there's shit in the way. Like rocks or trees and crap like that. So he knows that that's all he really knows. So we're now in the woods where they have to kind of get close to him.
Mm-hmm.
Or closer. And that's his hope. Is that by being in the woods, they can figure shit out.
Out of character, you're a druid, correct?
I'm a warlock.
Oh, a warlock, okay. Right. That makes sense.
But my character believes he's a druid.
Oh, okay, I see. That makes sense.
He thinks he's a druid because he is 7 years old and he was given a magic stick and raised by other fish people and told that he was a magical person. And,
okay.
Probably the Kuatoa, to be honest with you. They probably just believed he was magic, so they gave him some magic.
Are you running in any specific direction, or are you just hightailing it straight off the side of the road?
I was following you.
Okay, fair enough.
Because you were running first.
That's fair, yeah.
Where are you running then?
I am running in a diagonal opposite of the direction we were going, and soon enough I'm going to switch directions after a few hundred yards or so.
Okay, so...
But I don't know how you want to do the passing of that, so we'll...
How far... Wait, so you're moving
further
away...
Yes, I'm moving further away from them, back the direction we came somewhat, but in a diagonal off the left-hand side of the road, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to try and move... My goal is to move quite a ways away and then try and change directions to just at least make the trail harder for them to follow,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying not to zigzag or go in any direction, any wild enough of a direction that's trying to lessen my chance of being lost as possible to the best of my ability, because he's not really a survival
It will occur
guy.
to you that your serfs have not been following you, and their horses did not follow your horse. It was just the cart that you two were in that went on ahead.
That's fine. My disregard out of character for my serfs is equivalent to the level of regard Meldar would have in game for them.
Okay,
In this scenario, he'd be trying to get the fuck out of there.
fair enough.
Hey, you can. Mercy is, a privilege of the strong, not of the, not meant for survival. Survival of the fittest.
He's enjoyed the company of his eccentric traveling partner more so than his serfs.
You can once more hear shouting coming from the men who have attacked you, and you cannot see them obviously since you've just been running away, but you do hear some shouting as they
How tall are the trees?
continue forward.
Sorry, how tall are the trees?
Tall enough that like you're not gonna be able to just see you above them.
Well, roughly 20, 30
Are
feet.
they? What kind of trees are they? Are they canopied, or are they easily climbable? Or are they tall and thin? What kind of trees are they?
I'll say that they are tall, thin. I'm not like impossible to climb, but I'll say that they don't look very strong.
Oh no, they're birch trees.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so they're thin trees. I assume they don't provide much cover, either visual or physically.
No, it's funny because it's like it is a very dense forest.
Oh, okay. So they're very closely packed together then. Okay, that makes sense.
It's like individually, it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense for them to have grown this way, but something has caused them to. So individually, they wouldn't be very helpful. But there's enough of them there that they can block line of sight. But they're not very structurally strong in terms of being able to be climbed.
This is a to be honest, this is kind of more of just an interesting fact. But actually, birch trees or aspen trees, which are similar to birch, also kind of grow like that a little bit. Because they grow in wildfires and they grow before oaks do, but they grow in like kind of thick.
There's a lot of birch trees up in the White Mountains near Round Valley and stuff.
Yep. Well, yeah, they call them aspens up there, but like they're essentially a type of birch.
Yeah, I don't know the specific kind of trees. Anyway, I believe it's Gil's turn though, correct? I was just pointing out what direction I was moving in, so it's Gil's turn though. I was moving.
The trees were oak or big, thicky trees. I guess they don't have to be thicky.
Quick question to more definitively define which direction we're going. Was the road we were following? Which direction was that going? North or?
Yeah, I'll say you were heading north.
Okay, so yeah, I'm want to be moving southwest of the road in a diagonal.
Okay. So like back from the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then eventually I want to curve in and around, and I'll go around through the forest if I need to.
See, I had a plan if I could climb the trees, but I can't really climb these trees. Well, I could. I'm probably light enough, but
yeah, you're small, aren't you?
I am a small creature, so I am.
I mean, you're probably fine then.
I was gonna say I am an elf, even though I'm tall. I do have a relatively slender frame and a decent dexterity.
Yeah, but just because of the difference of weight, I
understand.
You could do it. It would just be.
It'd be more difficult, certainly.
Climbing the tree is the difficult part for me. I have a thing for that, but it's the staying up there bit, which, like I said, I do weigh somewhat. But if they're gonna see me, I don't want to do that. If it was like an oak tree, I could hide. But like it's
I feel like these trees. I feel like that's accurate. You'd be easier to hide up there, but I'd have an easier time probably getting up there.
And they clearly want the noble. That's also a thing.
Yeah, they'll probably want me for ransom or something.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna talk to you as we run, and I'm gonna keep following you. I'm gonna say because you're a little faster than I am, so I might start losing behind. But I will say to you, I'll say, so what be the plan? Are we going to kill them? Are we going to do the stuff? Or are we just running away? What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan?
So just to clarify out of character, you have a
hear some man shouting, "Over there!" Sorry.
No, I don't shout that loud.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kind of like as I get farther back, I try and speak up a bit louder, but then stop. But yeah, I'm slowly losing distance.
You have a 25-foot speed, right?
No, 30, but you have 35, right?
Yeah, I'm slightly faster than you. Yeah.
Unless you zigzag and I go straight, but
in any case,
that's the purpose.
In any case, we're not too far apart from each other. I'll respond, and as quietly as I can, or rather, as to not speak, I'm going to just point up into the trees as I'm surveying to find a good place to climb until the start of my turn. We'll see how that goes.
A space to climb.
Yeah, I'll wait till the start of my turn though, because it's still Gil's turn. But that's my response to what he asked me.
By the way, in terms of this is out of character, but in terms of the scenario, are we allowed to escape?
Yeah, no, I try and make all my scenarios as freeform as possible. If you can straight up find a way to, say, logically, yeah, you'd be able to get away to safety and not just be killed in the wilderness, I'll say, you know what, sure, go on ahead.
Unfortunately, my character's chaotic good, so burning down the forest is a bad idea. Because I'm pretty sure I could. I just.
Okay.
It's just we could just keep running. And
as I'm going. Oh, sorry. It's not my turn yet. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun. I apologize.
Okay, my turn is I'm following you until you.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm also. You know what? I'll also say I'm looking for a pine tree.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So would it be a bonus action or an action to throw something down onto the ground? I want to throw my mess kit through the trees to try and possibly displace them if they begin to track us.
Interesting.
Dropping is not anything.
Yeah, I think that it's a free action to just drop it at random.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, what I meant by throw, I meant just I did mean just dropping it, but I meant just as I'm running, just haphazardly toss it to the side. That's what I meant by throw. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
But I assume in game that would be an action. I mean, excuse me, a drop action. I apologize. Or bonus action.
I'll let it be a free action.
Alright.
Because it's really just it's just getting it out and then drop. Oh, maybe a bonus action because you have to go through your bag to get it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna reach back. I'm gonna reach back and feel around onto my backpack, and I'm going to grab the little.
One day I don't grab mold earth and I regret it.
I'm gonna grab the little drawstring of my mess kit, and I'm just going to pull it so it lets loose from my bag. I'm just gonna let it drop where it falls, and I'm gonna keep running. For my action,
okay, that is successful. You feel the stuff from your bag fall out, or from the mess kit fall out specifically.
I don't think I or Gil are smart enough to know why you're dropping your stuff.
Aerodynamics,
it makes him faster. That's how that works.
As I do that, I'm going to suddenly change the direction I'm moving forward. Just kind of zigzag and weave through a bit of trees to kind of displace my footsteps, and then as soon as I get up to 25 feet of my movement, I'm gonna try and use the last 10 feet of my movement to begin climbing a tree if possible. If it's nearby, a pine tree, but if not, I'll just try and climb the sturdiest.
Wow, actually, yeah, no. I rolled a percentile. You find you find one. It's not the same kind of tree at all. Yeah, it's like a nice, sturdy, tall tree that just kind of like came out of nowhere as you're running through the brush.
Thank God for carnivorous trees.
I don't think it eats meat. I know what you actually said. I'm just being dumb. Don't worry about it.
That'd be scary, Loki.
Yeah.
That was just your normal movement?
Yeah, I don't know. That's up to DM's discretion. If you want me to make the climb action, then I'd technically have to wait till my next turn. Or it's up to the DM, I assume.
I do think I'll have it be. You start doing it at your next turn, since I think you would have less than half your move speed remaining.
Yeah, that would be true. I'd only have I did specify I wanted to move up to 20 feet while running, so that would be nice.
Well, yeah, that was my question. Is on this turn, did you drop your stuff, then you ran 5 feet, then turned, or dropped your stuff and then turned, and then you went and found the tree with 25 feet of your movement, and then you have the 10 movement to try and climb a tree? Is that what you did?
Yes, I dropped my stuff, then moved, and then as I was moving, like I said, I was weaving between trees, and then at the end of 20 feet of movement, I tried to climb a tree. If I didn't have any movement...
I didn't know if you did your dash. I didn't know if you dashed.
No, I didn't.
Does he need an action to climb the tree?
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to clarify. I don't. It's up to DM's discretion. Do you want me to perform an action, or do you want it to be movement?
At the start of your next turn, I'll just have it be half movement.
Okay. All right then. Yeah.
Okay.
If I just kind of followed him to the tree, would that just be 20 movement or 25?
I'll let you make it there. But so it was.
I'm asking specifically if I have 10 feet or 5 feet.
Technically, there was a 5-foot displacement between us originally, so it'd probably be 25. But I don't know. I think it's up to DM.
Oh, so.
Yeah.
Or no, I'd see you turn, and I just would follow you. That was my question.
I don't know. It's up to the DM. It's theater of the mind. Yeah. These pedantics of distance and stuff don't really matter.
I know. All right then. As so you climb this big tree.
I'm going to begin to grasp the base of the tree to begin climbing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't begun climbing it yet, but I'm in the process of it.
I follow you, and I say. So you're going to climb the tree? Should I climb too?
I turn to you and I say, I suppose so if you wish. Do what you will. And I'm just going to focus on trying to get the hell out of here.
I cast spider climb and I just start walking up the tree next to him. So, after we get to the top of the tree, what do we do next? It just as I walk, like not Naruto up the tree next to you.
I'm gonna curse the gods as he does so.
That's delightful.
Concentration up to an hour on one willing creature. Me. Yes. I can move up and down vertical surfaces, upside down, anything, while leaving my hands free.
Mm.
And yeah, so I gain a climbing speed equal to my walk speed. So if I only had 5 feet, I walk up 5 feet. If I had the 10, I walk up 10 above him. That's why I was asking. How much can I flex on him?
Either way, with theater of the mind, because the exact distances don't really mind, you'd probably make it away at most like halfway up the tree or something like that. At most.
Yeah. So,
Well, I'll go up the 5 feet as I just briskly walk next to you as you start climbing. But yeah, all right.
It's much easier to.
That's my one spell slot. No, I have one more, but that's one of my spell slots.
So
Boom.
you can still hear Ben kind of talking in the distance, as you don't really know what's going on or what they're doing, but you can hear them.
How far away are they? Do they still sound?
You
far
can't see
away?
them. I'll let you make a perception check to do it based off of hearing, but I don't think you have any, like...
Okay.
I don't know why you have, like... I might even give you disadvantage, just based on the fact that I don't think you'd be used to using just hearing to estimate distance.
Would that still be disadvantage with keen senses? It gives me proficiency in perception normally.
You'll still have proficiency, but yeah, it would still be disadvantaged.
Okay, that's what I was just asking, so I'm still rolling at disadvantage. 13.
Okay. It's still, like, around 300 feet away.
Okay.
How tall is this tree now? Like, how tall up?
See,
Before I get to big branch.
I'll say it's a decent tree. So it like pokes above the tree line of the other trees.
Okay. Is it like? Are there branches out? Like how high above the ground am I going to be when I get to one of the branches that I can get for cover?
Let's say 20 feet.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just going to keep going up. Oh, well, it's not my turn yet, but that's what I'm doing. It's just.
Well, yeah, like their turn ended as they're doing stuff, which brings us back to
Meldar.
Marigold. Meldar.
Do you want me to make a check, or did you say it was movement to climb the tree?
It's half movement.
Half movement,
Okay.
yeah.
In that case, I'm going to dash. In the case of 35 walking speed, what do you consider half?
We'll round up.
Well, if you're dashing, then you have. You just have 35.
Oh yeah, so dash is 35 times 2, so 70 half, so
35, yeah.
35.
yeah, it'd just be 35, okay. I'm going to move one full turn of movement then, essentially.
I just imagine that this ugly ass fish person walking up this tree, and then you just have the shimmying elf next to him, surpassing him.
Although your rather fancy clothes are very quickly becoming very disheveled, as you are now like shimmying up this tree.
He's more so in a fighter fight sentimentality. He doesn't really care in the particular moment. He probably will be rather forlorn about this matter once the adrenaline passes, though.
I gotta hang out with you more often. This is really exciting. I do apologize that your men passed away, but go with the bad. Fun adventure, right?
I don't know if you look at me, but if you do, he just has, again, a frown mixed with a concerned look on his face. And the only thing he's able to muster as he's panting and grunting as he's clambering up the limbs of the tree is... we don't know if they're dead or not.
it's becoming more and more clear that Gil either has some form of mental disorder, damage, or his species just, he got the weird halves of both, where on one half it's like he doesn't care, and on the other half he only has the like positive side, and it just mixed to be this weird like always positive vibe he's got. But yeah, that's just his thing. You've never seen him unhappy, now that you think about it, in the past week. He's always been like, even when it like was gonna snow or whatever, he's just like, oh, that's nice, it'll chill my water up. Just constantly just good vibes.
Out of character, Gil may have picked up on this by subtext and stuff, but that's likely the reason why Meldar likes you the most. He's somewhat of a gloomy person, but as I've stated before, he's openly enjoyed your presence despite somewhat of a disdain for your moistness, quite literally.
Is that going to be the end of your guys' turns?
Yes.
No. I am going to also cast Prestidigitation to clean him up once we get to the top.
Nice.
Or once we get to the branch, essentially, and start hiding, I guess. I'm going to use actually, no.
Am I able to... Would I be able to make it all the way up the tree with 35 feet of movement? That's one question I have to ask. Would we make it all the way up by now, or would we still be in the process?
That was like 30 feet tall?
Yeah, I climbed 35 feet.
If it's 30. Yeah. If you said if that was the total height, I was just wondering where the next branch is.
Are you going all the way to the top, or just to like a spot in the tree?
Whatever, sufficient enough to where I can find a place to hide. I'm trying to find a place
just like
low enough to hide with my next action. Okay, so I am high enough then, yeah, because I'm going to attempt to hide with my next action.
I'm going to just start hiding, actually. That's probably a good idea, rather than I'll wait on the spell. I'm going to hide with my action on the next turn.
Well,
you're not as far up the tree, though, are you?
I was 5 feet above
never mind.
And I had 30 walk
You're
speed.
right. Never mind, you're right. Sorry.
So,
I didn't need a dash. So, yeah.
I'm going to say right after... So, he says to him that they died. Right after you say, and you don't know that, they could still be alive, is when you guys start hearing the screaming of the serfs being shot.
Oh,
hey, look! You were right. They were alive. Well, they were. Positive vibes. You were right. We should have had more faith in them. For a little bit.
Meldar winces slightly, but it passes a second or two later after he settles into surviving once again.
Okay. This point, you can hear, a little while later, you can hear the shouting of two of the men, calling out, they're saying something, like, you can't see them, and it's still pretty far away, but it's something like, come out, surrender, but yeah, they're still pretty far away. It'll be your turn. People underestimate just how far 600 feet is.
I'm not. It's quite a bit. Yeah, I'm just going to. Well, it's not my turn. It's Meldar's turn.
So Meldar, you're gonna take this turn to start hiding? Now that you're at the top. Hello?
Metal Dog. Did we lose him?
I don't know. The Discord says he should be there, but I can't hear him.
I cannot hear.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
There you are. Hello.
Yes, now
Hey, I apologize. Sorry about that.
it's okay. We
Um,
forgive you. No, I'm kidding. It's fine.
as I was saying, I'm going to try and hide. Shit! I dropped one of my dice.
Well, no, he dropped the hiding dice. We need that.
The dice is hiding.
I'm going to use my action to hide.
Okay.
Let me just double check something to make sure of it real quick. Where is it? Sorry. Okay, never mind. I'm good.
Sorry.
I rolled a stealth check, correct? I rolled a plus, so that'd be a 14 in total.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
plus
did you want me? I didn't roll mine.
You're
I
right.
didn't roll my
If you could
stuff.
if you could roll that actually, yeah, go ahead and roll that now.
Yeah.
Oh shit! That was actually.
I rolled
really good. Okay.
I rolled a 12 with a plus 2.
I rolled a 15 with a +2.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are as far as you're aware, you're pretty well hidden.
On my turn, can I help? Can I help him? I know I can't help him this turn, but can I next
help
see,
him
that-
hide?
give him the help action?
Well, since
that
I'm
would-
kind of mushing all the players' turns together, sure, you
Yeah.
could also have
Oh.
include your help
I'm not-
action.
Yes.
So
you have
can you
advantage
describe to
on
me
it.
how you're helping him with hiding?
So you're just kind of sinking into the tree. I'm gonna well, I'm also kind of hiding, so I'm just kind of looking over him and making sure none of his stuff's like hanging out or anything like that.
I did mention during my character description that my clothes are green. They're like an olive color, my noble clothes underneath my armor. The only part of me that stands out slightly are the sewn in patches of sheep across my leather armor. Those are just like a slight, not like a bright scarlet, but a deep scarlet red. So they could be discerned from a close enough distance, probably. But yeah.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just going to do my best to make sure that he's like that. None of his stuff is like, none of his clearly noble stuff is like hanging out from the side or anything like that while we hide.
So I'm confused. Were you allowing him to provide me the help action?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I added a little bit to your stealth, because isn't it? Wait,
It's still. Well, I rolled help is advantage,
help
so
is advantage. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, then go ahead and
So,
roll with advantage. Then roll.
it
roll
would still
with-
be it would still be a 14 because the second roll was worse than the first one.
I
So.
Got it. Okay, well we tried.
So, are you
alright,
guys
let's
just gonna
go-
like wait until they're closer, or are you gonna? Because if so, we could probably skip quite a few rounds.
Yes, but but next round I have one more thing I'm gonna do before that.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait till they're at least like I may not be able to gauge it 100% accurately, but I'm gonna try and get them. I'm gonna wait until they're about like at least 100 to 120 feet away. So
Okay.
I am going to the last thing I'm going to do. It's not okay. Good. Okay, I am a surface. That works. I am going to actually, just on one of my turns as I'm hiding, I'm going to, cast prestidigitation on myself.
Okay.
I'm going to.
so sorry. 1 second, I gotta mute myself. I apologize.
Don't worry about it.
I am going to essentially color a surface, and that surface being my skin,
Okay.
and hair. If I can, my hair, but mostly my skin. I'm going to make it the color of the tree.
Okay, so you're gonna wear some green face?
Yes, but my feet, hands, and all that. It says I can make
Okay. Just
make
make
a
sure
color,
no goblins or
color,
orcs see you.
symbol appear on an object or a surface for 1 hour. I am a surface.
That is true. I'll allow it. Like I said, just make sure no goblins or orcs see you, as they might get offended.
I'm hoping that helps me hide. That's the hope.
Which spell was that?
Prestidigitation.
Oh, okay.
So for 1 hour, I've got
I'll
green.
give you +1 to your stealth.
Isn't there a size limitation to prestidigitation though?
What's the size?
Let me look at it. I thought it was like a 10-foot.
It is.
It says you make a. I mean, I could suppose that's up to DM discretion.
It doesn't say.
It says
Actually, no. That's actually one of the effects that doesn't have a size limitation.
It says word for word. The part you're referring to, it says word for word. You make a color, a small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or surface for 1 hour. So, depending on DM discretion,
there's no size limit on that. They
on
have
that-
size limits for other effects, but not that one.
That is true, yeah. So for that particular
a more
effect,
serious
it's up to
campaign,
DM prescription.
I don't know how I'd rule it, but for this, I'm gonna say I'll allow it. Even if it wasn't like your entire body, you could just cover like the important parts. So, like I said, I'll just allow it. Give it +1 to your stealth.
Little fun trivia: prestidigitation is just the littlest wish. That's what the original concept of the spell was. So it's kind of meant to be this, like, you do things, but they're like tiny things. Yeah. So that's why it has the clean and soil and the make something taste good, and also make dancing lights or make a symbol, like stuff like that. So it's like the tiniest
abracadabra of the D&D magic world.
Yes, if you don't have prestidigitation, you're not a D&D character.
Yeah, no, I perfectly like that ruling, though. I think that's a great ruling for it. So, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's better than to prestidigitate a key in your hand, because, yeah. That one's a...
I'd argue that in a situation like that, you could prestidigitate a key, but it may...
But you don't have one.
Yeah, it may not be a key...
One.
Yeah, it may not be a correct key. It may just be a random key that doesn't even fit into the lock, because, like, you don't know what the inside of the tumblers and shit look like. So...
Yeah, but if you're a rogue, you can get a toolkit. No, I'm kidding.
We will now fast forward a little bit to when they are approximately 100 feet away.
Can we peek? Is that okay? That we, even though we're hidden, we can still see, right? We're not like...
You could see around you, but the trees, it works both ways. Like, you guys can't just, like, see through the trees.
No, but they're not hiding.
So is our, do we have any sort of cover at all?
Oh, yeah, right now, yeah.
What kind of cover is it? Partial or...
Right now, they cannot see you at all.
So that would be full then?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we have full cover, yeah. If we're able to see them with full cover, I just stay put. I wouldn't move at all.
I wait till they're close, within 100 feet.
Okay, they are within 100 feet.
How many
I want to try and roll a perception to try and eavesdrop on them, or not just eavesdrop. I just in general want to survey the area and try and take in as much information on them as much as possible.
Okay. Go ahead.
I rolled for perception. I rolled a 11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 plus
You can say that it is 5 of them, the 5 with longbows specifically, are currently have short swords drawn, and are walking through, kind of trying to fan out. Uh, Very cautious, looking around for you. Have not seen you yet. And yeah.
Could I discern at all if maybe perhaps they how close are they to tracking us down? Did they pick up on were they disoriented by me messing around at all with my like mess kit and running?
You can
and
actually
stuff?
see from where you are where you dumped the mess kit, and they
Okay.
have actually not even gotten to it yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Because
If I
you did it within one movement of the tree.
so you said, oh, I'm sorry.
Hmm?
You said the trees are closely packed together, right? So
Yeah.
could I theoretically reach out and grab onto another tree?
Yeah.
Okay. How much of my movement do you think it would take to move like 2 or 3 trees away
I'm just
from
gonna
where
say
I
moving through the trees will just be treated as difficult terrain with an acrobatics check to if you're leaving this tree to stay on a stable tree branch.
Okay. In that case, then how many more feet of room do I have to travel up the tree I'm currently in then, the pine tree?
Maybe like 10 feet.
Okay. I'm going to climb up 5 feet and then try and cradle myself, take the hide action once again to try and cradle myself into a branch, and I'm just going to sit there and, cling there as close as I can to both the base of the tree, like the long main stem going upwards, and the branch that I am currently grasping onto or sitting on, whatever the situation may be. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just clinging to this thing as tightly as possible, trying to hide, so I'll roll a stealth. That's a 12.
Okay. As you do this, one second. Hello?
Be quick while he's gone. No, okay. I'm joking.
Watch their passive perceptions be too high.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to do a sneak attack on, or not sneak attack, but I wanted to
Okay.
do a surprise
Okay.
on them.
As you reach up and you climb to the next branch, you're relatively pretty quiet. At first, you think that none of them notice you, but then one of them turns their head sharply, apparently hearing something, and he looks you in the eyes.
Does he
Is it my
like?
turn? Not yet.
Does he recognize me definitively, or does he not like? I assume he notices me.
Yeah, he
I
notices
saw
you.
you in the
Okay.
eyes. Can
Shit.
Is it my turn?
It is now your turn. Yeah,
Cool. I'm still hidden.
you are
Yep.
still hidden.
I want to do a surprise attack upon them if I can.
Okay. How?
While I'm hidden, I'm going to basically surprise them with an Eldritch Blast,
Okay.
if that's okay. Yeah, so that means...
Would they be close enough?
Yeah, they're within 100 feet, right?
Yeah.
So I can roll with a... sorry, I'm a little far away. I can roll with advantage, right?
Advantage?
I surprised them.
You're right. Yeah.
I don't get the sneak attack damage, but I get that advantage.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's the hope. So I'm gonna strike at that one that saw us. Screw that guy in particular. and or saw my bumbling elf.
Okay.
Sorry, I channeled Gimli there for a second. Oh yeah, okay. I had a 7 and a 14, so I got a 14 plus 5. 19.
Yeah. No. Roll for damage.
Okay, you're gonna love this. So I'm gonna roll for damage. How? Wait. So he's within 100 feet. But we're still high up, right?
Yeah.
Great. That's all I needed. Hopefully this somewhat works. Oh, that's a 10.
10 total damage.
Yes, 10 total.
Okay. Yeah. You knock the wind out of this guy and probably broke a few ribs.
Oh, he's in for a little more, if that's okay. I pull him up.
Yeah.
I pull him 10 feet.
Yeah. That's gonna. Yeah. He has 1 hit point left before that. So
Yep, so I yanked him 10 feet towards us.
and
In
yeah, as he falls, he hits his head on a rock and is unconscious.
Oh god, yes. So I immediately busted out of I basically revealed myself, walking out of the full cover, pointed my staff, shot the Eldritch Blast, and then with one of my invocations, I can once a turn pull someone I hit.
Mm-hmm.
If I hit them. So I hit him with the Eldritch Blast, he gets thumped in the chest, and then risen towards us, and then
It's just like fishing.
right on the ground. Yes, exactly. Thank you. that was the fun bit of this character was to be able to push and pull people.
The other 4 will notice their comrade suddenly being yeeted into the air, or yanked into the air.
I use my movement to, if I can, to just go back to full cover. If I can.
You're gonna get
If I
one turn of full cover, basically. Because they're gonna come over and start... Yeah. Trying to get... Yeah.
Okay. I don't hide, but I just go back to the full cover area of the tree.
So yeah, they notice that, and...
Oh, actually, yeah. And if that's not enough, I walk around the tree. Because I can, I've still got the... Unless
you have the unique advantage that, yeah, you can literally just hide on the other side of the tree.
Yeah. That's what I do. That's still active, unless it's been longer than I thought.
I am now going to roll to see if the other 4 notice our elf friend. The first one does. Second one does. Third one does not. And if it'll load... Oh, I think that is... The fourth one does not as well. So, half of them will also have noticed our elf friend, who is hidden in the tree.
Okay. I'll wait till...
It is now going to be their turn. They'll walk closer. And
is it their turn? Oh, are we doing initiative?
Yeah, because that was your guys' turn. So then it's their turn.
I thought that was a surprise round. But that's okay. Yeah, their turn.
Yeah. The 2 that notice the elf friend are going to pull out their longbows. And they're not close enough that they don't have disadvantage, but you do have partial cover.
That's +2.
Yeah. Which means your AC will be...
18.
Yeah. So let's see. The first one rolled 22, which I think hits.
No, of course not.
And let's roll for the second one. 17, which also
does not
hit. You're right.
Yeah.
Almost, but yeah. So one of them it's gonna land like right next to you. But the but the first arrow is gonna like, probably, let's just say, like, hits you in your, like, in your side for 5 damage.
Can you repeat who's taking damage again? It cut out. I apologize.
You.
It is you.
Okay, that's who I assumed.
He was hoping it was me.
I mean, I was hoping, but I knew it wasn't.
Yeah, I love the spider climb. I took it because I look like a frog, and it worked.
Also, I apologize. I forgot to. I've been making a mistake this entire time. I've been saying I've been wearing leather armor. I meant to have been saying chainmail. I apologize.
That's what.
I was just misspeaking.
I didn't know what armor you were wearing. I forgot. I
Sorry,
assumed
just to
you knew what it
clarify
was. 15's not like broken, so I didn't.
Yeah,
it's not
I
like your
said-
full plate.
I was saying leather previously, but I meant to
I'm
say
actually
chainmail.
wearing a full mithril armor, +6.
Right. No, I'm sorry.
It got blessed by a dragon god, and Dungeons and Dragons. That's how it works.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
actually, my character is the descendant of a long dead god, and this is the heraldic armor of my family.
Yeah, of course. Upon those two firing at you, the other two will notice, but they can't attack at you yet because that was the end of their turn. But they're also shouting for the other 5 men, who will show up eventually. At that, it is now your guys' turn.
I
Oh, hello.
sorry, no, I just paused mid-sentence. I was thinking, I apologize. One second.
That's why I never think.
What kind of action did you say it would be to jump to another tree?
Acrobatics.
Okay. And then difficult terrain also, you said, right?
Yeah.
So,
The jumping is just to make sure that you're jumping into a stable, like,
Right.
branch. Like, you can do it. It's just to make sure that the branch isn't gonna, like, collapse underneath you. I could.
so
You could make
had
the argument that you could also make a nature check if you wanted. Just to, like.
I'm gonna. I think acrobatics would be more accurate. Plus, never mind. Sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. Ignore me. Anyways,
I'm just imagining you roll nature as you jump to the other tree, and you're just like, man, I know where this birch tree grows, and then just get face planted right into the trunk, and then you fall down.
I can tell that's a sturdy branch. Clambers on and it fucking snaps. I end up snapping my neck at the base of the forest.
Well, sturdy. The branch hits you right as on the way down.
Okay, my acrobatics check was a 10.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna break my everything.
I need to look up a rule. D&D.
Which rule? If it's
Don't worry, it's just something about the Tarrasque.
of course. Well, that was our next battle. After the
Yeah, you
after
see,
the
these trees are actually the small quills of Tarrasque, and we're actually walking atop its back currently.
Okay.
The monolith will awaken any moment, and we will all die in a rupturous hell of earth and.
I was gonna say something naughty. I shouldn't. All right, because I know this will be on the internet.
You
So I won't do.
jump on a branch, and it does break. But you'll fall basically just into the tree. You don't fall all the way to the ground.
Cool.
You will take 6 damage.
Oh. Wonderful.
Hey, man. Oh, gosh.
You're
Don't
still
die
in the tree, though.
yet. He is in the tree. All right. I guess. Is that your end, or do you have more?
That's all I can do because that was my action.
Want a bonus action
Well,
to
that was
another?
gonna be your. I was gonna have that be your movement.
Oh, okay. Well, if
Yeah.
I still have an action, then I'm gonna once again try and find a place in the leaves above to try and hide. I'm gonna roll a stealth check. To mention, I didn't say this previously because again I was misspeaking. But I have been rolling my stealth checks at disadvantage.
Okay.
Just so
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, because I have chainmail on.
Oh, chainmail.
Good.
is-
So I was gonna say,
I think-
this is
I
definitely
just-
an instance where you're gonna have disadvantage since you were just
No, yeah.
shot at. You jumped onto a bridge that snapped. Yeah.
I
For
wasn't
having
so.
disadvantage, you've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, no, I have been. I wasn't doing so good this time though. I got a 6 this time.
You've been terrible right now. Are you okay? You've taken 6 damage, and they shot you. How much damage did you take from the arrow?
6, I think, wasn't it? Hold on. Let me count. $11. So, or sorry, there was 5 originally and then 6 this round.
Yeah. So 5 from the arrow, 6 from falling.
Yeah, so 11 in total.
And okay. So what about?
Oh, sorry,
It's
that's.
breaking up for me. I don't know what's going.
I thought we were moving on to Benjamin's turn. I apologize. After my attempts to hide, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So Gil, what about you? Gilliam? Gilbert? Gill?
Gilly Billy.
Sorry, 1 second, guys. My internet decided.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. My internet just died. I don't know why.
This is the time where you edit in the technical difficulties screen.
Yeah.
I do actually
Good.
have one of those.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'll
if you
go
don't
ahead
want to
and
go
do
fancy,
If
you don't want to go fancy just for a meme, do a black screen and like some crappy font like Comic Sans or something.
no, I have a special technical difficulties featuring my good friend Carlos the Llama.
He sounds like a charming fellow.
Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Alright. I have switched to my phone. I apologize. Sorry. So, what was going on?
So what just previously happened was I jumped across the top of the tree we're in to another tree and attempted to hide, not very successfully. And you see me do this in a rather clumsy, bumbling way. Now it's your turn. Meanwhile, our pursuers are closing in below us.
How close are the pursuers to the tree?
Right now they are 70 feet.
Wonderful. But they can't circle the tree yet, right?
No.
What's the diameter of the tree?
Let's give it like a 10-foot diameter. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I think for a pine tree, that's fair. Probably, like that's still a big pine tree, but
It's great.
That's all I have.
That's wonderful. Okay, so I am going to walk back around from the tree, and immediately cast Eldritch Blast once more on one of them.
Eldritch Blast. Okay.
Yep.
Go on ahead.
If it ain't broke,
Don't fix.
you know. Yep. And I'm going to, let's see what we get. That is a... Right. That's a 14.
14. Let me find there. I think that's gonna hit. Just let me double check. Actually, no, it won't.
Oh, shit. It won't?
No.
Alright. They are 70 feet away from the tree. Okay, so I'm going to walk back around the tree.
Okay. We're playing.
Back into cover.
Whack
I
the
mean,
fish.
even though we're benefiting from partial cover, they're likely at least benefiting from the same, considering the same foliage is between the both of us. You know what I mean?
Oh, that
Kind of.
does.
But you are shooting. I'm actually not giving them partial cover because you're shooting down from the foliage versus them shooting
enough.
into the foliage.
Right.
Fair
But
enough.
I am walking back around so I get that full, so I'm not in their view. They have to go around the tree, but they're 70 feet from the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk back around the tree, and that is, unfortunately, all I can do. How does the internet work again? I'm going to try and switch back. Right.
Okay. For closing a little bit closer to the tree, and one of them will shout out, by order of Lord Bushtag, we demand that you surrender. As, the other three will promptly be firing upon the hard to see but not really hidden elf.
As they're firing on me, could I possibly make a history check to see who the hell Lord Bushtad is?
Yeah, absolutely. They miss wildly, by the way. Oh wait, no, never mind. I had the number generator set incorrectly.
That was a 12 plus 2, so 14 for that history check.
14. It is a man you have never heard of. Just like the banner you saw them have before, this is not someone you ever heard of at all. Two of them did miss, but one of them is gonna land a shot.
Am I good?
Hello? Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I switched back to my good mic.
That's gonna
Yeah,
be
it's all good.
another 6 damage.
Jeez. I'm at 11 health.
Yeah, longbows are fun.
Longbows are deadly when they're used right.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got shot again?
Yeah, he got shot again. I don't know why he keeps doing that. You should consider not
Yeah.
getting shot.
Well, ironically, I made a fighter that isn't actually well versed in fighting or really any practical skills in general, so.
Oh, that's always fun.
Did you get the same warning as me? Did they?
He's a
noble.
noble. He's a noble. He's kind of floated through most of his life. You can kind of tell this just by the way he holds himself. He's clearly seen some things, but not as much as other people.
Yeah.
I actually actively chose a few different things that I didn't do with this kind of character. I mean, it's the same kind of deal I usually do, but like, I would have taken some other spells if I wanted to be even more combat effective, but I was like,
No,
let's do
I
something
like
different.
these characters. I
Let's
think
be
it's
more
great.
fun. Yeah, this is great. Let's do spider climb. Let's see how that works out. I've never done it before. This is supposed to be a cliff. Maybe we can climb it.
Oh,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
use of these stats are actually of these spells have been on point.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so whose turn is it?
Your guys, they one of them just
Oh.
demanded that you surrender to the Lord Booshtag, while the others continue firing up at you. It's up to you to
Yeah.
decide what you do next.
Do I need to make an action to do like a check, like just like knowledge check? Like, do
Oh
I
no,
know
you can
who
do a
Boosh-
knowledge check just like
Is it a free or a
Yeah.
bonus action?
no, this would be a free action. It's just like they
Okay,
just said
can
the
I just
name.
okay?
Then in that case, for my main
okay,
action,
you know.
for my
So,
main action,
Okay.
I'm going to jump across another tree.
Okay. Roll acrobatics.
The lowest I rolled was a 10.
Okay. Okay. The branch does not break under you, but I'll say you scrape like a little bit of the cloth that of your outfit gets torn as you scrape your leg. You take 1 point of damage. Wasn't the most elegant landing, but I'll let it continue.
Sorry about that. I accidentally had rolled my acrobatics check at disadvantage because I was looking at the stealth thing for some reason. I apologize.
Oh, so
Hey.
what was it then?
Yeah, would you like me to re-roll? I apologize.
Nah, I think we'll just move forward. It was only 1 damage, and you're not like losing your turn or anything. Yeah, you're set.
I'm at. Would that be my movement or would that be my action?
That's just a movement. You can use your action to move the whole distance without another roll.
Okay, I see. Then in that case, I'm going to. So they're 70 feet away currently, right? Or have they moved closer from 70 feet?
They've moved closer. They're now 40 feet.
Okay, I'm going to hold my action then. So as soon as I see any of them down below in the canopy, I'm going to take out my hand axe and get ready to chuck that thing.
Wonderful.
One of my hand axes. I have 2.
What's the range of a hand axe?
20 to 60.
26.
So I'm gonna try and wait till they're at the base of the tree so I can try and get it within range without disadvantage. But if I have to, I will throw it at disadvantage.
Okay. Very well. Yeah, they'll get within that range on their next turn. So yeah, that works. Anything from Gilly Billy?
Yeah. So I'm gonna spend 5 feet of movement to walk back around the tree.
Right.
If that's fair. And I'm going to. So are they all the same now? Are there 5 of them or 4 of them now?
There's
right?
4 of them. Yeah. You
Any of
haven't
them-
seen the other 5, but you've.
Oh, knowledge check. I rolled an 11 for knowing that name, whatever it is.
Yeah, you have
Booshtag.
no fucking clue who Booshtag is.
Not Abyssal, right?
No, not Abyssal.
Not Primordial?
Nope.
Okay, I know nothing then. That's fair. I am going to look at the one that's like. They're all the same right now, huh?
Yeah, the only difference is that one of them told you to surrender.
Who? Oh. I aim for him.
You'll aim for him?
Well, who I think is him.
Okay.
Yes. How dare he tell me what to do? No, I'm kidding. He just like, oh, I don't want to do that. I'll do the opposite. And I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to do. This is going to be fun. I'm going to Eldritch Blast. At Adam. I'm just going to, keep it simple. right? Wait. So we're 30 feet up. They're 40 feet away. Do I need to know the Pythagorean theorem to figure out the distance?
I'm just
between
using
me
the
and
ground distance.
Is that okay? Okay. Can I do the same? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. I was just that'll come in later. But yeah, I'm going to Eldritch Blast the one guy. Yeah. Let's see. Let's roll. See, that is a okay. That's not so bad. 17.
That hits.
Yes, thank you. We need to survive too. We need to lower the numbers. That is a oh my god. Okay, 12 damage.
He's dead.
I accidentally yank his head off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Head just comes clean off of his neck.
I walk around and I say, "I'm sorry, we don't really want to surrender right now." And then it's like, "Come over here," and I fire the Eldritch Blast. It looks like a green energy tentacle, and it hits him, and then it wraps around his neck, and I yank it up, and pop goes his head, goes, and just off it goes, and I wince. Ooh. Yeah. That's how. Is that all right? Is that how
yeah. Let me make a quick roll. Okay. One of the other men says, you can hear them because they're pretty close. So he just goes, "Fucking wizards," as they continue moving forward. I'm gonna assume.
No, it's still my turn.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna walk around to the other side.
They're finally close enough.
Scary.
Is it okay to say they're within 60 feet?
Yep.
I am going to I'm going to use my bonus action to create my Fathomless Tentacle ability.
Ah, this thing. Okay.
Why are you doing this? Hey, I told you. I create the Fathomless Tentacle between the two of them.
Strike fear into the hearts of the peasants with your arcane abilities, my friend.
Fucking mages.
I'm a druid! Don't you know? Alright, I summon it. It can make a... when I summon it with my bonus action, it can make an attack. Mm-hmm. So it does so. I'm going to do it on one of them. Here we go. That's probably... Well, it's... Wait, is that 16 actually?
That hits.
Oh yeah, it was the 11 plus 5, and then all right, it's actually it's going to be a. Oh, let me make sure I know the rules. Or the damage rules, I mean. Yep, on hit takes a 1d8 cold damage. All right. These dice rock. 7.
Nice.
I am loving these dice. So 7 cold damage, and their speed is reduced by 10.
Very well.
And it comes out of the ground, but it looks like it's made of water, but it's not water, and it's slimy and gross. And it just hits the guy. Fades through him like it's not real, and there's just a chill that accompanies it.
Great. That's the guy who's gonna be saying fucking mages.
And now I go back around, but this time I'm also going to wait, can I? What's the... No, I'm just gonna walk around the tree again, yeah.
Very well. They're gonna come closer. On the next turn, they'll be surrounding the tree.
Am I able to make my attack now?
Well, it's gonna be their turn first.
He held an action if they got close enough.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, go ahead and make your attack. Which
I was
one?
gonna say, I was holding an action to throw a hand axe at whichever was the closest one. I want to try and get one that's within the 20 feet so I can roll without disadvantage.
They'll
But
actually all be within the 20 feet. But one of them, the one that was hit by the tentacle, I will note is damaged, but he is not going to be the closest because he was slowed.
He was slowed by 10 feet. That's true.
yeah, no, I'm going to target a different one. I'm going to target the one in... Is he the furthest one in the back, like, approaching us?
The one that was slowed is the furthest one away, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I want to throw my axe at the closest one opposite to him. So the closest one to us, I want to
Okay,
chuck it at him.
that's fine.
That's a 15 to hit.
I'm loving the mental
That
picture.
barely makes it.
Yeah, so he's, you see, as Meldar takes his hand axe and holds the blade up to his ear and kind of tilts his chin up to the wind and looks down across his long nose down at them to gauge his throw. You can see he holds the axe kind of as if he's done this before. Maybe as a noble, he's had a hobby of axe throwing, or he's an amateur woodsman or something. But he throws it with a clear form and, like, technique to the way he's throwing it, as if there's a singular proper way to do so. He just hurls it as hard as he can. He likely wasn't as accurate as he could have been because he doesn't seem to be... It doesn't seem like he's been in a conflict for a while, especially with the way he's reacting. But if I barely hit, the damage I rolled is 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Yeah, it just thunks into his shoulder. He shouts,
I just have
"Fuck!"
this mental picture of like my frog guy just standing sideways on the tree, with you hugging a tree, throwing an axe at the guy, but the arrows are like, I just see this little action photo in my head about the whole scene.
Yeah, that's the best part about Theater of the Mind. You can paint a very good action image with it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very-
That it would be their turn.
yeah, that would be the end of my turn. Or my action, excuse me. What were they going to attack us?
They on the next turn they'll be able to attack the short little fish man.
I see.
This
Were they
turn.
going? I was gonna ask, were they going to attack me this turn?
Yeah, the first one hits.
Oh yay!
You're
The
adding
second one
that plus
almost
2, right?
crit.
Or are they close enough to the foliage?
Do I still have cover or not?
You have cover, yeah.
So that
Partial
would be that would be 18 with partial cover.
Yeah, no, the first one rolled a 19, and the second one rolled a natural 20, but then when I rolled it again to see if it was critical, it was not a critical.
I see.
Yeah,
He does the 1 of 400 chance for critical.
yeah. The third one, the one that's been chilled, he's clearly distracted by the tentacle because his shot goes in like wild. But yeah, the first two. Quick question:
no.
how much health do you have remaining?
10 HP.
Okay, because the first hit did 7, and the smallest amount the second hit can do is 3.
Fair enough. I mean,
Which-
that's
how bad.
The
That's
second
clear
one
the-
did exactly 3, so it's
that's
exactly
clear the
0.
But is he lucky enough to still fall on a branch and stay in the tree, or is he gonna fall to the whatever
Yeah, 'cause
20
you're in
feet
a
fall?
fucking tree. I'll roll a percentile for that. Let's see if
Let's-
fate is kind to you.
That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, man.
Yup.
Okay, fate was kind. You did not fall out of the tree.
Thank you, cradling branches of nature.
We'll say that one of the arrows is like that went to your shoulder went all the way through and is propping you up to the tree, kindly keeping you from falling off.
Oh,
Oh.
How wonderful is that?
blessed be the nature god, indeed.
After that, I think it's time for you to start rolling death saves.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be my turn, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You roll a death. Yeah, roll your.
I rolled exactly 10 the first one.
Yay!
Yeah, I think that's a pass.
That's one
Yep.
success. I gotta get 2 more.
Yep. And
That's for later.
it is our little weasel's turn.
Take it away, Gilbert.
All right, so they're there now. They're just surrounding the tree.
They're about to be.
Oh, so they're about to surround the tree.
Yeah.
Well, first thing, I'm gonna use my bonus action to move the tentacle up more.
Okay.
It can go up to 30 feet, so it should be able to catch up with them.
Oh yeah.
So it catches up, and it's going to attack the guy that's already chilled.
Very well.
Yep. And that is a... No, that's not gonna... Well, that's 11.
I'm afraid that doesn't quite hit.
I didn't think so, but they didn't have cover because it's on the ground with them.
Yep.
All right. Gilbert kind of snaps his fingers, and he's going to aim for the guy that
Has an axe in his shoulder.
yes, he's going to aim for the guy that has an axe in his shoulder. And that's all that's what he's gonna do. Let's see what we got. Come on now, we got this. Oh man, I wish I had the champion thing. 19 plus 5.
Yeah. No. You. That's gonna hit.
All right.
Champion would be useful, but I haven't rolled high enough.
And all right. Well, he took 4 force damage.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
And up he goes. 10 feet in the air.
Okay.
I'm snagging him, and I want him to go up.
He lands with a crunch, and he is still alive. Barely.
Oh, he survived the fall. Alright. Now I'm going to use my trump move. You mentioned going through the trees was just like you have to jump?
Yeah, it's gonna be an acrobatics, but you're still using spider climb, aren't you?
That's what I was going to ask, is if I could just kind of move.
Spider climb is concentration, though.
It is. If they hit me, I would be effed.
That's true. It is up to DM discretion if trying to jump across, though, would make you need to...
I'll say that the other trees won't be able to provide you the full cover that this tree has been able to.
Hmm.
But you can move to the other trees if you want.
Is he able to do so with the spider climb, or would he have to,
Yeah,
would
I'll
the
let him.
action...
Once
Okay.
he gets hit, it's gonna stop being, and then I'll have him immediately roll to not fall to the ground.
Fair
But
enough.
until then,
I was just making sure.
yeah.
My mic's muted. Sorry about that. So I would like to then, what I want to do is I want to find another position with my movement. That will give me partial cover when they do finally get to me.
Okay.
Because I've been relying on the cover of the tree, but I know that eventually I want to get the partial cover on all sides if I can.
Okay.
And also go up a bit if I can.
Sure.
But if I can't, it's okay. I'll go laterally, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, you move. And
Yes.
is that gonna be it?
Am I partially covered in a new tree?
You are.
Wonderful. I'm gonna make And yep.
Okay, the remaining. Okay, there is 3 of them. Are going to be trying to surround you, and they are going to be trying to fire up to you with disadvantage. Let's see. The first one rolled really bad. Second one rolled not as bad, but still pretty bad. And the third one rolled also pretty bad. They all miss.
They
Wait,
all
no, your
really?
AC is 13.
15 with partial cover, but yeah.
15 partial cover. Actually, the last one does hit.
Okay, I get a hit.
Yeah. Which
What do I
is
take?
gonna be an initial. And go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
I roll concentration. It doesn't break it unless I actually break concentration.
Is that how the
So
concentration works?
Yep.
Yes. So each time they are either attacked or they perform an action that the DM discerns disruptive enough to break their concentration, they need to make a concentration check in order to make sure the spell.
Yeah, so taking damage when you're concentrating on a spell, you must make a concentration to maintain your concentration. The DC equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher.
Okay.
So
Well, you're only
10.
taking 5 damage, so I guess that's a DC of 10.
All right. Where's my character sheet? I closed it. No, I didn't. It's right here. Okay, booyah! All right, I will change my health to 19, and I will roll. Please don't fucking fall. And I got a. It's a concentration. Wonderful. That is a. Oh my god, they got 11.
Oh, wow. Yeah?
Oh.
You're good for now.
Whew. Yeah. All right.
Hey,
Can I go?
how is our elves doing?
That is a wonderful question.
I can't.
It is.
Oh, do I make another
Yeah.
death saving
Yep.
throw?
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
No, it's okay. That was he made it as a joke.
I can't remember. Do I add my constitution on this or no? Is it just a straight throw?
No.
It's just
It's
Okay. I failed the second one then.
Okay, 1 pass, 1 fail. Scary place to be.
I know I'm on the brink.
It takes one more roll and you either
Well-
live or die.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess yeah, moving my tentacle back close to him.
Okay.
Bonus action, swing at him.
Roll to hit.
All right, come on. That's a 16.
That hits. Roll for damage.
All right. 3 cold damage. I was aiming for the one I already hit with the cold.
3 cold. He is
Yes.
down by a lot, but he is still alive.
Son of a gun. Well, shoot.
Yeah.
Now I'm stuck. Do I hit the guy that's already injured or the guy that's even more injured?
I'm gonna give you some insight that I shouldn't. They're both at 1 health.
I already kind of knew out of character, but I didn't want to put it into character.
Mhm.
I just know that they're pretty bloody.
Yeah.
That's why I specified hitting the one that didn't the one I already hit with the cold, so it didn't,
Yeah.
because I forgot to call it out beforehand. And you know what? I'm just going to actually Wait, this isn't. This is. Oh yeah, it is. 1 second. Let me just look at my options really quickly. I won't take too long. Oh. No. That's really helpful. Great. The day I don't pick AOE. All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit one of them with an Eldritch Blast and hope they die, and just lower the number from 3 to 2.
Okay.
And that is not great, but it's a 15.
Just barely makes it.
Thank goodness. All right. That's 5.
5 damage?
4. Yes.
Okay, he is...
This time I want to
dead.
push him and hope he pushes into the other guy.
Okay. I was actually wondering, is there a rule for shoving one creature into another creature?
I don't know.
I mean, there's a shove action, so you could act it. So, like, say the creature that is pushing another creature, you could have that creature make, like, basically just have them, combat each other with a shove action, if that makes sense. Sorry. So, like, the guy who just got shot, reeling back into his comrade, he would make, like, a roll, and then his comrade would make a roll in response, and then depending on the outcomes is the outcome of the shove. That's one way to do it.
As an unarmed attack.
That's one way to do it, or if you'd prefer to just narrate whatever you choose, that's also an option you can always run with.
I did it as an unarmed attack, which results in the other guy accidentally killing the other guy after he gets shoved into them.
Oh my god.
That's why you don't run with your swords, everybody.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. I'm gonna look at the other guy and go, you really trust your shot? And I give him like a really weird fisheye like stare, like tilted head, like, really? You're gonna keep coming at this?
Okay.
And,
roll a quick perception check for me at the end of your turn.
Oh, sure. I'll be 4. No, 2. 2.
Yeah, you don't see what he's doing, but as he's about to fire his arrow, he's doing something odd with his hand. Don't know what he's doing with it. And he's gonna roll a 14. Wait, where's your AC? Oh, your AC is 15 because of the cover. So he just barely misses you.
With like an arrow?
Yeah, with an arrow.
Okay.
But he does not seem very happy. But basically he says, "I'm pretty confident," as the arrow lands next to your head.
I don't flinch, but as it lands, I just go, oh, fair enough. And I just kind of like fake bravado, kind of like, fair enough, because that kind of unsettled me. Like, he almost shot me in the face.
So, elf friend, how you doing over there? Stuck in that tree. Rolling another death save.
Is he saying stuff? I don't know. I can't hear him.
Neither can I.
Did he die? Did he already roll the death save and die? And we didn't know? Oh no.
Possibly.
Oh no!
Hello?
Meldar! No!
Sorry, my mic must have cut out. Apologies. This is the faded dice roll.
Yes.
Let's see it. I rolled a 15.
Okay. You are
He's still
in fact
alive. Yeah. You're still dying next turn, but I mean, you're still.
I can
good
still
for
die
now.
very quickly. 1 HP!
Yeah, you are stabilized at 1 hit point.
All
That
right.
being said, I think that brings us back to...
No, he's not. He's not stabilized yet. I don't think. Did you roll 3? No, he rolled 2 saves and
Oh,
one
you're
fail
right.
so
He
far.
rolled 2 saves.
I'm
2
sorry to
success
do
saves
that to you.
Yeah, you're correct. We all
and 1
miscounted.
fail. Yeah.
I didn't miscount. I shouldn't have reminded him.
I miscounted.
I should have been.
As appreciation, I award you 1 XP.
Can I have an inspiration instead?
Wow, 1 XP for the one shot. Amazing.
Hey, that's 1 more XP than you have.
But it's for a one shot.
Right? That just means
what.
we have to continue this. No.
I will roll a percentile, and if I get a 100, I will give you an inspiration.
Giving 1 point of XP is like, here's a cookie. It was made with rat poison.
I rolled a 98, which is very close.
No, it's okay. I almost had it, but that's okay. I don't need your inspiration.
You don't need my pity inspiration?
The problem is I already know there's 5 more dudes. So, like, we're kind of boned anyway, so I'm gonna... Yeah.
Here's the thing. They called out for those other 5 dudes a while ago, and you haven't seen or heard anything from them yet.
Yeah, those idiots could have got lost in the woods.
That would be nice. Maybe they saw the thing because they were farther up. They saw the your lead or something.
Possibly, Maybe they got.
Cool.
Maybe
I'm gonna, or the DM's gonna give him a Tarrasque, and they're gonna come riding back in the forest. I mean, anything could happen.
I assume
maybe they're actually liches. Who knows?
I assume we'll find out momentarily.
Yes,
it's their
I am
turn,
going to. It is my turn right now. I'm going to tentacle. Just swipe him. Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. That is a 21.
That hits.
I think. Yeah, 21. Damn. 6.
Nice.
6 cold. It swipes through him, and I'm gonna try and just like as he flinches from the cold. I assume he flinches from the cold. I'm gonna shoot him with an Eldritch Blast.
Go on ahead.
All right. Oh, that. I'm rolling so good. That is a 22.
That'll
17
live.
plus 5. I hate that. I can't do basic math in my head anymore. What is going on? And I'm going to... Oh, that one... That was an 8, but it cocked, so I'm going to actually re-roll that if that's all right. I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate that. Don't worry about it.
It landed in my sandwich bag. Okay. 4 damage. 4 force. And
That's
I'm going to...
more instance where you've dropped them down to 1, but I believe you're about to...
No, I
lift them
yank
in
him
the air.
up. I yank him up. I'm hoping he takes a fall damage.
I'm still gonna roll. Just yeah. Yank him up, and he lands in a way that breaks his neck, I guess, because he's dead.
Can he just for comedic sake, can I yank him up and he hits a tree and then falls down?
Can you say that again?
I yank him up and he hits his head on a tree branch and then falls down.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my mind, he Wilhelm screamed before he was closed down by the tree branch.
Yeah, he does. He kind of does like a Tom and Jerry thing where his head flattens and he bites his tongue. Except it's
I
not
like
a
that
cartoon,
better.
so it's actually very sickening.
And I'm going to use the rest of my movement to go to the elf guy, but I have nothing left to help him with, so I'm going to just end my turn next to him. I'm going to either see him die in front of me, or he will still be alive.
Okay, on that note, I guess it is our elf. It would be our elf friend. Death save.
I rolled a 10. I can turn on the camera to prove it too. Just barely.
You are stabilized.
Yeah, so you run up to him and you see as he goes from like very pale, rapid breathing to a bit more calm. Uh, and yeah, he's all right. You check his pulse.
As I come to, I gasp as I wake in a cold sweat, and I clearly don't even remember where I am for a moment. I'm still trying to gain my composure.
You guys gonna be doing anything?
I am going to say to him, I'm going to say, uh, oh, thank God you're alive. I really didn't want to be here alone with this, but we got to get going, like, now. If we want to escape. So, are you particularly strong?
I say, gritting through my teeth in pain. I'm strong enough, yeah. And I say that as I look down and see the arrows sticking inside of me.
I'm going to be risking this, but I'm going to get comfortable on the tree so I'm no longer spider climbing.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my final spell slot, because I only had 2. I'm going to grant you spider climb.
That's probably the best. Yeah.
And I'm going to I'm granting him spider climb, and I'm going to say, I don't weigh that much, and I'm going to put down my stuff so I weigh less.
Okay.
And because I'm a small creature, we don't weigh that much, and I'm going to say, I give you now the ability to, well, do what I just did, climb, walk on the walls and stuff. So I'm going to give that to you, and you carry us, and let's get the hell out of here. Because I can't carry you.
Meldar, he looks at you confused for a second or so. A clear, puzzled look fills his face for a moment, and he just nods his head. And he seems apprehensive at the idea, but nonetheless thankful for it.
All right, and then if we're no longer in combat, I give him the spider climb. It lasts for an hour. I'm going to just continuously cast guidance on him.
Okay. I will let you know if anything combat related happens.
And I just say, please, let's just get out of here.
Okay.
Time to fly away.
Well, now you can walk on. It should be significantly easier for you to go through the trees.
Yeah.
You have spider. You are weak, but I'm a small creature, so I'm not going to be as heavy as a medium-sized creature or anything like that. So I'm hoping the guidance lets you pick me up.
Is it still difficult terrain with spider climb?
No.
Okay.
This is straight up Naruto crap. Like you don't even need hands.
All right, then I just need to survive this next enemy round, and then theoretically I may have a fighting chance of not dying.
I'm hoping we can just escape at this point because we're not fighting 5 more dudes
yet.
So you get down from the tree. Where are you
I'm
headed?
hoping we don't. I'm hoping we stay in the trees and just go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stay in the
Tree
trees.
hopping away. I'm hoping we tree hop away. That's what I asked.
Yeah, that's what that's the impression I had too. We should just stay up in the trees and.
Okay, but so where are you heading?
I'm gonna keep going the direction I was going, a little bit further. Just go long enough until they basically get out of earshot, and then I'm going to the plan is, just keep going southwest, and then eventually, after we hopefully lose them, circle back to the road.
Okay. You run for a while. Like how long are you running for? Like an hour?
Well,
we only have up to an hour. Yes. The trees, we have an hour.
Oh yeah, we only would have up to an hour with the spider climb stuff.
Okay.
But that's me per se. That he would have to make checks. I don't. Are we still going by the rule? The turn order.
If combat comes up, we will revert to the turn order. But right now, you're fine.
Okay. I just that's what I was a little puzzled about. Then in that case, yeah, I'm going to try and.
You run
I'm
off
going.
in a diagonal path from the road for an hour. After that, I'm guessing that Gil is probably gonna let you know when it's gonna run out. So you guys get down, head.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Then you spend the next about an hour getting back to the road. And when you get there, you see no signs of the remaining men. You see no signs of your serfs, other than blood on the road. You don't even find the cart that you guys were in that was destroyed.
To be explicit, once we passed or got up to the area where the ambush initially started, I wouldn't linger at the area where our carriage was or where the attack happened. I would try and
we're being stealthy too. I'm assuming, or trying.
I tried to view it from a distance, and also would this count as a short rest? I don't believe. I mean, it's up to you, but I don't believe it would because we were trekking through the forest.
Yeah,
that is.
no, you weren't. At no point did you really stop traveling.
Just wanted to make sure.
A rest would constitute a snack break, and we don't have that.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to clarify. So that even more emphasizes my point to not directly
if your serfs
go out.
were there, you'd have like feasts waiting for you. But right now, all you have are the rations in your pack and the tools you have on you, the weapons you have on you.
You said the wagon is completely gone now?
Yeah, all the wagons are gone. The only sign of your serfs are the blood in the road. Even the banners are gone.
As we trek through the forest, and I'm
the men you killed. You're not able to see any sign of them. Even the arrows that were fired are just not there.
Are the arrows still in us?
The arrows that were fired into you are there, yes.
Okay.
I turn to the little man as we're trekking through the forest, and I'm limping with arrows in me, and I say, I must have some sort of base in these woods. He doesn't clearly notice fully that any of the arrows have possibly disappeared or something. He wouldn't really be focusing very hard after that initial onslaught of
Yeah, no, that's fair.
battle happened. So
I think you're right. They probably. Sorry. Well, I think they would. They probably would have a base. But you're not looking so good. Can I try and I'm going to cast guidance upon myself, and I'm going to see. Can I try and find a Can I try and find a some sort of place we could hide and rest specifically? Sure. Like a cave in a wall, or on the cliffside or something. Or?
Sure, go ahead. Investigation, I guess.
Investigation. I was gonna say that could be either investigation or survival.
What do I got? For either, I don't think I think it's just 0. Yes, 0. Got it. Okay. Well, I'm doing guidance on myself, so I'm adding a D4 because I know I'll need it. Never mind. Well, shit. 17 natural.
Nice.
Plus 1, so 18. I rolled a 1 on the guidance.
Okay. You make your way. I guess.
Is there any?
Yeah, you're able to find like a little area, and let me roll a quick percentile because I think we're gonna be ending it here.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Surprisingly, so like looking for a clean place to rest up. Not only do you find a place, you find one of the serfs. You don't remember their name because they're just lowly serfs. But they have your coat of arms and everything. They don't look like they're too good, but they're alive and they have the map.
As we come to greet them, I'm going to reach to the forest, and as I realize that I don't remember their name, I'm going to open my arms, and quietly I'm going to, with my facial expression, show excitement at meeting him, and I'm going to say, "Hey, it's me! Thank the gods you're okay. I was worried to the heavens. I'm so sorry for running away, but
would you look at that? You were right. They were alive.
I told you, I always have faith in my wonderful, wonderful serfs. They are the strongest and most helpful people I know." And I turn to the serf and I bow to him and I say, excuse me, after I bow, I step forward and put my hands on their shoulders and I want to look them over. How are they faring? Are they bloodied or?
They might be injured, but really, I think it's mostly just the shock of all that's happened.
Okay. So it's more so like a psychological thing, and any wounds are like superficial.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just hiding in this little alcove with a.
Is it a man or a woman?
I'm actually gonna say it's a young woman.
Okay.
Someone who prepared tea in the morning or something like that. I don't really remember.
At that, I'm going to tidy up her hair, and then I'm going to push away from her, and I'm going to say to her once again, "I'm so glad you are safe, my love."
I'm going to approach as well, if that's all right. I don't mean to interrupt your moment. But Gil is kind of the interrupty guy.
That's fine.
So he's gonna go up and say, "I'm glad you survived, eh? It's very good. Now we just gotta make our way through this, but don't worry. With us 3 strong men, we can all do it."
After you say that, I look down at you confused.
What? Something I said?
How does the young woman respond to this? We've approached rather.
She's scared. She hasn't said any words yet. She just mostly just looks shaken up and like hands you the map. You just hear her say, "I want to go home." And at that, I think we're gonna end it here.
Yeah.
By the way, just to clarify, Gil has never seen a woman before. he's never seen another of his species outside of the lake, and well, they don't really, I don't know. They just don't have differences really, so he doesn't.
Yeah. The last thing Mildar will do is he'll gesture for her to sit down, and he'll say, "We'll take just a brief moment to catch our breath, and then we'll find our way out of this forest. You understand me?"
And then I sacrifice them both to my god. No. I'm kidding. Or am I?
It's hard to tell with the warlock.
Continue? Question mark? No.
To be continued. Maybe, probably not.
That was fun. I always like sessions where I almost die. Those are the funnest kind of sessions, honestly.
Yeah.
I rolled too good. I didn't mean to. I only rolled bad on like the checks, and even then, it was like I think I rolled a 2 at one point. That was about the lowest I got.
My rolling was pretty mediocre tonight. I only really got one bad roll.
Hmm.
Or one really bad roll, which was the 6, but or whatever it was. I think it was a 6. Anyway. Yeah, that was fun though. I always enjoyed it.
I'm
I
gonna go ahead and
a lot
end the
more.
recording now, but it's for my teacher. I hope that this was worth something. And for my YouTube channel, hey, this is the first time I've done any like roleplay thing on this channel. So if you want to see more, do the YouTube shit. You know.
I've I don't play as a player too often. I mean, I do have a game that I play in every other week, but those don't usually run as long as my own personal sessions for my game go. So I usually never play as much as I actually DM. So I always enjoy playing. But if you ever want to do more content for your channel, we could either do like other adventures in the future, or if you want, you could stream our campaign if you choose to.
I mean, as
It doesn't matter though.
classes are coming to an end, I have been considering the possibility of implementing more role play, like just campaign stuff into my channel. Your campaign, I don't know if I can do specifically because one of the players are not really comfortable with being recorded.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. I forgot about that actually.
But yeah. But
no, yeah,
we'll
I remember
definitely see. And,
no, yeah.
If the viewers out there would like to see more of this, like I said, do the YouTube nonsense, like, comment, subscribe, punch your neighbor, do all the good stuff. Anything you guys want to say as a farewell?
The only thing I have more to say is I'm definitely willing and excited to do more projects in the future if that ends up being the case.
Same here. I don't really have any D&D groups right now. I'm just kind of nothing, and it's kind of just sucks.
Who knows? But maybe we'll do more stuff with this premise. This was just a one shot, but I kind of in my mind near the end, I started putting together like a potential story that could branch out from this. So who knows?
That's how D&D works. You just kind of plan for nothing, and then suddenly it grows into something.
You could build an entire campaign out of a single encounter.
It's true.
I actually saw a really cool idea online earlier. Somebody proposed the idea that you give your players a wish at the start of the game, and then the setup for the campaign is just the consequences of that wish, like unforeseen consequences and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea.
I saw, well, I didn't see, but like I had, there was this idea I always see occasionally. I've had the thought myself, never brought it up, but it's like having all the characters, all the players start with amnesia kind of thing, and how they would do it. In a way, one idea is like they don't even know their character, and it's like they just like learn about their character through the things. Like maybe they have random generated characters, and the whole point is just like they wake up. It's like, wait, I'm what am I? Well, you need to find a mirror, or you can see your hands.
That kind of
your skin's green. Oh, I'm an orc. Cool. Am I strong? And it's like it just becomes an adventure of trying to figure out what you were.
Yeah, I do think an adventure like that would definitely benefit most from randomized characters. That'd be pretty fun to do.
Yeah.
It'd just be an interesting like thing, and then like their personalities would grow as they themselves decide it in a way, right? Like maybe they decide that their characters, like maybe the DM could tell, like if they had an alignment, they could tell them like, well, you think like that action that you just saw happen, you don't think it was too bad, or the opposite, you think that it's horrible that he stole stuff, like you don't like that fact. And it's just like a little conscience in their head telling you the original alignment. I don't know, stuff like that. I really thought that would be cool. Anywho, sorry, that was a spiel. Yeah, I'm up for whatever you come up with. I don't get out much. I'm just
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also always willing to run a one shot too if you want to rotate like who runs games, but I'm up for whatever. I'm up for playing or anything, so
Okay.
same.
So, end the stream there. Or, I keep saying stream. End the recording there.